the topics today. Number one, Black women's constant defense of people that hate us. Number two, Black women defending Cardi B over a Black woman. Right now, the Black women that I have seen defending Cardi B over, I think her name is Crystal or something like that, is absolutely disgraceful. Honestly, and until Black women get it in their head, in my opinion, that we're all we got, we won't be able to we reach our full potential as Black women. I really, really don't think so. Number three, Black women excusing white T men who cosplay as us, encouraging them, making excuses for them, talking about, oh, they grew up around Black people, so it's okay for them to cosplay, all of these things. Insanity. Number four, I really want to talk about another problem that I think is not addressed enough. Black women participating in coonery and the one drop rule and applying anybody as Black and letting them come in and just really imitate Black women. It's really nuts. And number five, I wanted to talk about, this also goes in Black women and their constant coddling of Black men, giving them grace, being in their spaces when they're talking about Black women, trying to convince them that not all Black women are bad, making excuses for the treasonous and bad behavior that Black men have. All of that is under the coddling window. And number six, I wanted to talk about, can't talk about all of these things without talking about solutions. So how can we break this programming as a Black woman? Like, how can we avoid this type of behavior? That's something that's very important for us to know, because we've got to stop it. Because no one, and I mean no one, goes against their own for Black women. Where do you see people saying, oh, I see Black women's side of things, and they're not a Black woman? Where do you see somebody saying, yeah, you know what, those white tea people were doing this, that, and the third, but we got to give Black women their credit, their props, or see things Black women's way? Nowhere. You don't see anyone do that in regards to Black women. So I have no idea why Black women constantly and consistently do these things for others. It just doesn't make any sense. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today, you guys. Really, the most important thing, though, is I want us as Black women to talk about how to break this programming that we have as Black women to coddle, defend, protect everyone else but each other. Because this whole thing of people talking about Cardi B and, her getting pregnant by this man and how stupid it is and how people are facing backlash for saying that it's stupid. If Cardi B was a unambiguously Black woman, because Cardi B isn't a Black woman at all, but if Cardi B was a Black woman and people were tearing her to pieces, nobody would have a problem with it. There wouldn't be nobody defending it. There wouldn't be nobody saying, let's see things her way or anything. She would just be torn to pieces. And why is there a different level of protection that we offer others than we offer ourselves? That is really something to talk about. Why is it that we as Black women are willing to protect others but not each other? Let's see here. Yes, you are coddling Cardi by saying that Crystal wasn't right to speak on it. Because Cardi B is a public figure. Everybody speaks on public figures. And what she did is stupid. So why is it that all of a sudden we have to speak about nobody, that Crystal was wrong on speaking on Cardi B, when we don't do that for nobody else? When people speak on anyone else, and any Black woman that's standing up for Cardi and talking about, oh, Crystal wasn't right, that's insane. Why would you speak up for Cardi B on any level? Would she speak up for you? No, she wouldn't. So that's ridiculous. It's insane. It's insane to even think that way. Nuts, especially when Cardi B has spoken on people herself. Like, what? Once again, that's exactly what I'm talking about. This desire that we have as Black women to protect and say what's fair to other groups of people when they would never do that for us, that's something you have to think about. Why are you doing that? Why would you do that? That's a mindset that you need to break, and those chains need to be broken because it's nuts. Let me see. Let me block user, whatever your name is, 93. Goodbye. You don't have to be traumatized no more because you're about to get blocked. Okay. Let's see here. Trey says exactly because protecting this non-black woman is insane. That's what I'm saying. I can't, and there's so many black women that do that. And it's like even black women that I feel like have some type of, I would think that they would have some type of awareness, but they don't either. And that lets you know that that attitude of black women, just an automatic defense of people that are not black women, it's like almost ingrained. It's like almost second nature. Like it's ridiculous. And you know what? XXYYZ, you're completely correct. I don't know. It's really, really nuts. But like, I don't know. Zenon, if you're still here, I'll just say like you're shocking me, sister, because that's just ridiculous. Like honestly, I can't even believe you believe that. I mean, I know we all have the right to believe what we believe, but that's disturbing to me because absolutely, there's no reason why nothing that Crystal said was even wrong. She is goofy. Why in the world would you get pregnant by a man that got multiple women pregnant at the same time as you and has babies under the age of 6 months? The Cardi B is, first of all, I don't hold celebrities in high regard. I talk about everybody. That doesn't have anything to do with it. She's a public figure and therefore she can influence young black girls and black women because so many black women identify with her and think that she's black. Who said that Cardi B was a reflection of me? And what does that have to do with a black woman saying something about her? You didn't even mention that before. You said that she was wrong for what she said. And she wasn't wrong. And to try to make it seem like it's wrong to discuss her is coddling her. It is affording her a measure of protection. But I don't know. I don't want to discuss it with you in the comments. So if you want to come up and say your if you want to come up and say your perspective, you are more than welcome to. I'll let you speak for 3 minutes uninterrupted. Let's see here. Let's see here. Somebody says the majority of black women will fight tooth and nail to remain oppressed. I don't know about that, but I'll just say that I think that the majority of black women they don't understand that they will give grace to someone that doesn't look like them way more easier than they will give grace to a unambiguously black woman. So that's the scary thing is that black women will give grace to a non-black woman way quicker than they will to a black woman. They'll see her perspective. They'll see the oh, she's just human, this, that, and the third. And if it was somebody unambiguously black or somebody black, then they wouldn't be able to see it. It's no problem talking about them. That is scary. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Dirty Diana, is that Summer Walker and Keke Palmer, the
Exactly.
worst of the worst. People can talk about them and say, look at you, and nobody came up and said, why are y'all talking about Keke Palmer? She's
Nobody.
human. That's not right. Why are you talking about Summer Walker? She can do what she want to do.
She
Let's
just
not
talked
do that.
about
Nobody
Cardi
does
just
that.
talked about the fat lady
Beautiful
and nobody
people
said nothing
defended
about
them,
it.
but I don't think
Nobody
that's
said
louder
nothing
than
about
the
it.
You
critique.
can
Am
say
I
you
not
guys.
talking?
Yeah. Okay, go
Oh,
ahead,
okay.
Trice.
I'm sorry, it's Treese.
Oh,
But
Treese,
it's
sorry,
okay.
Treese.
It's okay, baby. It's not a problem. So my whole issue is that when we're speaking on bringing children into the world and everybody's main comment is that she has money, that's how I know you are not even supposed to be having children. Because if you think money makes you a great mother, you're insane. You should not produce children. Second, if you are making comments like this and you're producing black children and you don't see black, you need to shut up. It doesn't make sense. It's not smart of you to say those things. Because if you are a person that wants to put black children into this world and your mindset is that you don't see black or white, you are a part of the problem. Your child will be treated like what they are. Cardi's not black, babe. And I hate that for you for thinking it. She's not black, and she stated multiple times that she won't claim to be black. She doesn't have a black experience. Not one time have any of you black women given her the black experience that she honestly deserves with the way that she carries on. It's insane. And you guys are like, oh my gosh, she's going to have a baby with Stefan that don't take care of his kids, that just had two other girls pregnant and we waiting on the DNA test. Are y'all cool? Are y'all cool? Like, that's insane for the things that y'all really think, oh my God, this is so great. No, she's like ruining her community. And I don't know why they're not speaking up saying something, because it's nasty. It's a nasty look. And you guys let your children look up to this, and you think that they're not going to have trauma and create the same patterns in children. It's insane. Be better mothers. Want better. Mother this whole world better. Because even your comments in the chat is insane. Like, I just see the world is doomed with your mindset of black women. And I truly hope that you all wake up soon. And when I said chosen, we obviously know you're not chosen because of your mindset. So it wasn't a hit for you, babe.
Okay, all right. Are you done, Treese?
I'm done. I'm on my lunch break. These people are insane, girl. I don't even know how you do this all day.
All right, I got you. I got you. Thanks, Treese. All right, I'm gonna go up here to Miss Zenon. Go ahead, sis.
Good morning. I don't understand what the personal attack was about me being chosen. I don't understand that. I'm black, pro black, I'm married black, I have black sons. I'm blackist.
That's the
I choose
point.
black
You
every
don't
day.
see
There's
black.
many. But I don't hold celebrities in high regard, so I don't see
But
Cardi
you should,
as
babe. That's
indicative.
the problem.
I don't. Well, Teresa, I let you speak, so let me speak too to respond. I don't see black. I don't see Cardi as black or indicative of our of my life or any other black woman's life. So I don't tend to use these people as mirrors for other black women. I set that mirror down because we're tired of having these Cardis speak for us. We're tired of having these people be examples for black women. And as far as Kiki, Hallie, or Simone Biles go, I believe all of those women asked people to leave them alone and to not speak on them because of the bullying. And I think that when I disagreed with Crystal, I just merely disagreed. I felt like Crystal was really upset with Cardi when honestly, I really think the most thing that we should be upset with Cardi is this tour is about to be a wreck. I I, I see that we should not be really viewing Cardi as a part of our community. And so her failures or her fumbles are not our failures and our fumbles. And so that's the stance I was coming from. I don't think that we should carry her. But I'm not saying that Crystal has no place to speak. I then realized, well, we like Wendy Williams. We like other gossip blogs. So I don't think I'm coming from it from that point of view that she didn't have a place to speak, because I realized we do have gossip blogs. We do like celebrity gossip. But maybe I was just speaking from it of, maybe she's going really hard. But Crystal's a very passionate person. So, but I just don't live in the land of black and white with a lot of things. So, a lot of times when I'm speaking, it's not really black and white. I'm not going hard on Cardi because Cardi's not indicative of us. Cardi's over there. Cardi is Latina. She's Trini and she's Dominican. She's not black. So her and Cardi's failures are not our failures to uphold, to hold a mirror up to, or to look at any longer. We need to set Cardi down. And I don't know. I hope I'm not gaslighting. I hope I'm not. I just,
Um,
I do hope that, that's my perspective. So I hope
okay,
not.
so I'm gonna say this. Cardi B is not black. However, Cardi B has managed to leech on like a parasite to the black community. And for a lot of people, I don't know if I could say a lot, but I know at least 50% of black people look at this woman like she's a black woman, even though she isn't, which is the reason why she's able to say the N word everywhere without consequence, without anybody saying anything about it, which is why she's able to do interviews with black people and nobody to ever say anything. So that's where the reflection point comes from the black community, because I've seen black blogs post her and talk about, well, what are we going to do about the problem of the single motherhood in the black community, and put a picture of her up there. So my point is that no, I don't believe she's black. However, because of the way that she has managed to leech onto the black community like a parasite, sometimes the things that she does reflects poorly on black women, but at the same time there's a grace that she is given because she people know that she's not black. That's the reason why people are holding her with kid gloves. And so when you said the thing about is that you thought that Crystal went hard on her, that to me was a form of coddling her, because she didn't go hard on her. In my opinion, there have been people that have went way harder, as I said earlier, and just like somebody else said in the comments, on other black women that have had that have participated in the same things. People went super hard on Keke Palmer, even though she only has one child. People went super hard on Summer Walker. Now, whether I agree with these people's decisions or not, I can tell that there is a difference in treatment when it comes to black women versus black women pretenders like Cardi B. And that's the problem. Too many times we as black women will give other races of people or parasites like Cardi B, black parasites, black pretender parasites, a grace that is never given or extended to black people and black women, more importantly. And that's the problem. Black women are always, in my opinion, a lot, constantly defending people that hate us, constantly giving grace to people that would never do the same if they were in that position. Do you think that Cardi B would give black women a pass? The same black women that she called roaches and said that black men really like her, but not us. Like, that's what I'm saying. That doesn't make any type of sense. And I really want black women to understand that and stop that. And regardless on whether, you know what I'm saying, you keep track of her or not, it's still, because of her parasitic nature, she is latched on to the black community. And it's like a double-edged sword with Cardi B, because she can get away with the things that she does and be held with kid gloves, but the things that she does will still reflect poorly on black women and black women alone. Because you don't see anybody talking about Dominicans or Trini people or any of that. You don't see people talking about them and saying, oh, look how she's a representative for them. They're only talking about black women. But go ahead. Did you have something to say, Zenon?
I would just say my defense of Cardi or whatever that is against Crystal isn't me coddling Cardi or holding Cardi
Why would you
unaccountable
defend
for
her at
all the
all, though?
previous
Why
things
why
she
would you
said.
defend her at all?
I don't like I was saying, I do understand what you were saying when you were saying
No,
Cardi
can you
latched
answer that
herself
question,
onto. Oh, go
Zenon?
ahead.
Yes, you said that you're defense of her. So this is my question: why would you defend her at all?
Well, that's what you got. Well, that's what I was just referring to it because that's the stance that you guys feel like I'm taking. I'm defending her. So I was just saying that as well. Since, if I said something else, then it would be like, oh, you're gaslighting. I don't want to do that. That's not really, where I'm coming from. I was just saying in this instance, I don't really think Cardi is indicative of black women, but I understand where y'all are coming from and what y'all are saying. Now, my only thing is me saying I think, the whole situation, it was a little bumped up. I'll change my words around for that. Um is
Zena,
not
before
me
I
excusing Cardi at all. I'm well aware of Cardi's past, what she said and what she's done. So, I that's why I don't, that's just why I don't think
I mean, I
Cardi's
get
black.
what you're saying. I just feel like, but it was definitely the way you worded it is definitely defense. Because if somebody were talking about, like, I don't know, let me use somebody that people don't like Trump, and somebody was really getting on Trump real bad and just tore him and ripped him to pieces, and somebody said, hey, I think they were wrong for getting on Trump like that. There's no other way to process that other than defense. So yeah,
We're not coming into defense of Trump though by saying he passed a great policy. He's still a bad president. We're
but
acknowledging
you
he
didn't do
passed a
that
good
though. You
policy.
didn't do that. What
I
you
just
did
did
was you
acknowledge
said
that
that.
I don't stand for Cardi in any other
Yes, but I'm
instance,
saying the
and I
reason
don't
why
come to her
in the
defense.
comments, what you said was you felt like the girl was hard on Cardi B. So I'm saying that if somebody did like some type of breakdown on Trump and they tore him to pieces, and people were talking about it in the live, and your comment was, yeah, I think that blogger was hard on Trump. What would people process that as? They would only process that as defense. That's what you were doing. So I just want to make it clear that what you did was a behavior of defense towards her. And I just say I would question why that was your why you did that.
Because I don't hold any financial responsibility to those kids. Oh, and I have to drop. I have a phone call, guys. But
Okay,
it
got
was a
you.
great conversation.
All right. Yeah, okay. Go ahead,
Gotta go.
Treese.
I just gotta go. I just want to say one thing before I go because I gotta go back. Whenever you're having a conversation in regards to children and you mention a dollar amount, that drives me insane because money does not raise children. Humans do. We need you to be good people with thoughtful mindsets of the children that you are creating into adults in this world. You can't just be having kids because you have $1 million, babe. Okay, because if you had $1 million, why would you have the kid? Because they gonna cost you the 4 million. So you obviously already not thinking anyways. But on the second end, nothing that Cardi has showed us displayed on TV before she was a rapper has given any of us that we would be able to make it as a black woman if we did those things. If any one of us stepped into her shoes and did those things, we would not be as far. And that's my problem with black women supporting her and defending her. Do not teach your children that it is okay to still be married and be pregnant by your boyfriend that don't take care of his 2 fresh newborn babies that just got here. Are you cool? That's not the representation that we want for black women. So don't take on what somebody else is doing and stop defending it because it's nasty. Let's want better for ourselves because if we don't want better, we're never going to look at people to be better. Hold her accountable and let's move forward because she needs to be held accountable. And if I was to do it and come out and say, I got married, but I got pregnant by this married man and all this, I would be dragged no matter how much money I had. If Nikki did it today, y'all would drag my girl. So I just want all of y'all to really understand that that man is already not a good father. So they're both just putting more children here, and then she's going on tour. So that all these other kids are still being neglected, not with her. Like it's so many little things that you can pay attention to without having to be in their life to know things are not going to connect properly. And no matter how many babysitters or family and village you have, children want their mother and father. Have a good day.
All right, all right. I appreciate you, Treese. All right, let me go up here to uh Anthea. Hopefully I said it right.
Hey, yeah, no, you're getting better. But
Okay.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah, it is literally so frustrating how much grace she receives. Like it doesn't even make sense. Cause why was the lady who was well, not the one who was speaking just now, the one prior, um, the way she was speaking and giving her so much grace is actually what we're discussing, and it's upsetting because it's like if it was you, if you were in her shoes, you would not be treated the same way. So what are you even talking about? It doesn't make sense. And just want us to like do better and also stop accepting these people. I know I'm not like an FBA, but at the same time I am actually like monoracial black, so it's like yeah, I can see the treatment, like, and how would get treated different if some of us were doing the same things that she's doing. And I don't understand why she gets so much grace, and it's disgusting and it's upsetting to see, like, it's mainly other monoracial BOK people like supporting her, not even her people. Yeah, that's it for now.
All right. I got you. I got you, sis. I just want to respond to somebody in the comments that said, Erica, the queen, says y'all sound like black men trying to hold black women accountable. What the heck are you talking about? Number one, we're not black men, so it can never be the same. That's number one. Number two, Cardi B is not a black woman. So there's that. And number three, the fact this is exactly the type of mental sickness that I'm talking about. The defense and protection of women that would never do that for you. Like, when have you ever seen Cardi B discuss anything about black women? Uplift black women specifically, the culture that she likes to cosplay as. When has she ever talked about with her platform black femicide or anything that happens to young black girls or black women? Never have you, because that's not who she really identifies as. That's exactly what that she just knows that that's the way that she makes her money, by pretending to be one of us and making the and taking her parasitic relationship that she has with black women, her latching on to black women, as where she gives all of her behavior reflects poorly on us and not her real people. But let me just keep going. To the next person is Kunta. Go ahead, Kunta.
Hello.
Hey.
Um, I don't know. I'm open to being corrected for sure, because I know for sure at this point, I think I'm influenced by the fact that I do like her as a person, I guess. And I also do understand I don't know. I kind of I identify her as black. I'm not gonna lie. And she identifies herself that way. Said it,
Stop
but
that. Stop that. Hold on. She
my
literally
bad.
has an interview on YouTube where she talks to DJ Vlad and she says that she is not black, that she likes to interracially date and she likes to date black men because they're not part of her culture, and her culture is boring and she wants to be with a different culture. So the only time she started claiming to be a black person was when she started getting flagged for using the N-word. People were saying, why is this non-black person using the N-word all the time? She even apologizes for using the N-word in that same video and says, I know a lot of black people don't like it when I use the N-word, but I don't think that I can stop using it. It's part of my lingo. So let's be clear here. She never identified as a black person or a black woman until black people like myself that actually have high racial self-esteem said, hey, why is this lady using the N-word all the time? We don't let J-Lo use it. We don't let these other people use the N-word. Why is she doing it? That's when she started pretending to be black, because we know that there are a lot of black people that if they see somebody and they don't look white, then all of a sudden they have to be black. Because black people are the
Well,
dumpsters for everybody else that wants to pretend, cosplay, unwanted. Everybody comes over here because so many black people are willing to say, oh, you know what? You don't look white, so you got to be black. Yup, yup, yup. So no, she's not a black woman. What?
I think my only reason why I would like kind of disagree is because I don't know. It's like I
How
have
can you
also a
disagree with
different
something that came out of somebody's mouth? That doesn't make any sense.
because
You're
it's your
going to
opinion.
disagree with the fact of what somebody said about themselves out of their own
No,
mouth?
no, no, no. Okay, I think for sure it's one of those things where identity is always a crisis or having a conversation as well. And I think even people who are,
Do you see
you
her
know,
parents? Do you see her
no,
daddy?
no, I see
Does
her
her daddy
parents,
look
but
like a black man to you?
wait. I'm not. No, no, no. I definitely think there's a lot more to encompass because if you see her grandmother, it looks completely different. And mind you, we all come out like
No, I don't care about
I
that.
have
Do you
family
see what
members
her
who are
dad looks like?
literally
Do you
completely
see what
light
her
and
mother
they have
looks
two
like?
black
That's
parents.
okay. I gotta stop. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The one drop rule is destroying the black community. Do you think that because what are you talking about? Dominicans and a lot of there also are white Caribbeans that are mixed up. They have all of these other drops of other races besides black. Do those other people say, you know what? You have 10%, 15%, 20% white. You're white? Is that what white people
No,
do?
they
Or
don't.
why
They
is it
don't.
that black people are expected to do that?
So they don't. So I'm saying for me, I think Cardi is not to. I don't know. I don't know how to explain her identity
Can you
herself because
answer
I
her
don't.
question?
So I'm trying to. I think for me, I'm confused because I think there's a way to identify in America as a Black American, and I think she might not be classified as a Black American.
She's not a black
But
American. She's not a black
right,
woman,
right.
She's
period.
not a
So
monoracial
that's
black
why I
person
think it's a
either.
little weird because also there are people in like if you go to Dominican Republic, if you go, they have
No,
a
I'm
whole
sorry. Can you
different.
answer her question?
Yeah, so I'm
No,
I'm
you're not
attempting to.
answering it. Her question
But
is, why does the one drop? Let me help you. Why does the
I'm
one
saying
drop
that the
rule?
one drop
Excuse me,
doesn't
Trigger.
apply.
Why does
They
the
are
one drop
black.
rule only apply to BOK people? That's the question. So don't go to the Dominican island. Stay right there.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm saying it does not apply. I'm saying that she is considered black in her country. So if she goes
No,
there,
she's
No,
not
no,
she's
no, no,
considered
not
no, no,
black in
she's
considered
her
white.
not.
country.
She's
Do
not
you know they have
considered
a
as a
caste
white
system there?
Latino.
They
And
have a
they
caste
carry it as
system.
well. She's
Do you know
not.
what Cardi B looks like? Do you know what Cardi B looks like when she does a
Yes,
tan?
I do.
Cardi
I
B
do. I
is
do.
extremely pale. She has no color to her. She's extremely pale. No, she doesn't. She wouldn't be looked at as a black person at
Thank you.
all. So what
But
are
they
we really
do call
talking
her
about?
black. Like, for example, the
No, they
language that
don't. She doesn't
they
even call
do.
herself
I'm
black.
telling you, like when they speak to her in Spanish, they refer to her as like negrita.
This,
The
oh,
way that they speak,
okay,
She doesn't
I
call
can't.
herself black
Hold on, you
though.
guys. Hold on. I can't. I want
you really
everybody to
haven't
know.
been able to
Yeah,
speak. I
and
was
because you know what? The reason why you haven't been able to speak is because what you're saying is so stupid, respectfully, so
I mean,
idiotic,
I'm not saying
so
that it
buck
might be
broken
right.
that I can't even take it. You didn't even address the fact that this lady said that she wasn't black out of her own mouth. You went straight into tap dancing, straight into cooning, and saying, well, I know she didn't say that she was black, but somehow I want to call her black because I like her. And if I like her, I would rather think that she's black than think something else. This is the type of sickness that I'm talking about, and I'm glad that it's
It's
being
not what I
exposed
said though.
because
You
there
can
are a
answer
lot
or
of, and you
no.
have the audacity to call yourself Kunta. Insanity. This
I'm
is exactly what
literally
I'm saying. The
African. So
type
the way
of
that you
you,
guys are
if you are
speaking to
And,
me,
African,
and, and, and to
there
be
no,
is
like
something
authentic,
seriously
seriously, you're
wrong with
actually
you.
embarrassing if you are actually African and
Low
you're doing
racial
that.
self-esteem. And that's another
wait,
thing that
whoa,
I want to
whoa,
talk about.
whoa.
You have women like Kunta that's an African who ain't even a black American trying to
Yo, but
put
I
this
am
lady
also a
on
black
black
No, it's
American
actually
American.
people
disgusting, Keita. You're actually
who
disrespecting
actually
us.
appropriate black American culture.
But I'm
You have
I'm
low racial
actually
self-esteem.
American. The
You have low racial self-esteem. Period. You
the
do.
way that I genuinely am, I'm just trying to explain to you that I know it seems
No,
that I'm coming off that way, but the reason why I view it that way is because I don't only see the
no.
fact that we are only
It's because you're
considered
a
African
stud.
American.
Stop it.
It's not the fact that I'm being
She's
a
actually
stir. Whoa,
crooning.
whoa, whoa.
Like,
I
it's
think
weird.
genuinely, my name is Kana because that's the way that I'm called as a nickname. My father is African. I was
You
raised in
should change. You
America
should
my
change it
whole
to. You
life, and
should
my
change it
mom
to
is
That's
Kuna.
American.
disrespectful, my friend.
You
I'm
should change
African
it to
as well.
Kuna.
This is
That's where it should be.
disrespectful.
How is it disrespectful for having a different opinion from
It's
you?
not.
No,
There's
you should
no
change it to
different opinion to
Toby.
have. Okay, hold on, you guys. Let me just say this. There's no different opinion to have. There's like certain things like when you go outside and somebody looks at the sky and they say, "Hey, the sky is blue," and then you come out and say, "No, I think it's red." That's just a difference of opinion, though. It's not a difference of opinion because the sky is actually blue. Cardi B is not a black woman. It's not a difference of opinion. It is a fact. Not only is it a fact, it's a fact that came out of her own lips. So my thing is for you to come up here and say, oh, well, I don't think so. I know that she said she's not black, but I'm going to make her black. Then that means that there's something wrong with you, right?
No, I said that
That you're
I
not willing to
attempted
take
to say
facts.
that she corrected herself. Like there was a time where she was literally distanced from the experience and she spoke about that
That's
because
ridiculous. Are you? I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Do you understand that this lady is a public figure? Do you understand what the timing is with her acceptance of somehow her black roots? Was when people were telling her to stop using the N word. Do you understand that? Do you get that? Do you see her
yes,
mama?
and I
Do
think
you
that's a
see her
valid
daddy?
critique for
Stop
sure.
it. Stop it. Stop it. Do you see her mother? Do you see her father? Do they look like black people to you? Do they look like you? Do they look like your daddy? Do they look like your mother? No. So why would you think that this lady is a black woman? Please, please. I just want you to answer. Do her parents look like yours? Yes or no?
I
Just
think
say
that
yes
there is
or
no
no. I don't
correct.
even want to hear
No,
anything else.
for
Yes or
sure.
no.
No,
Do they
no.
look like you? No. Okay. There you have it.
Because the type of black.
Gotcha. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to hear nothing else. Go
No.
ahead,
Wait,
Zora.
I'm
I'm going on
confused.
next. I'm going. Please don't make me drop you, Kuna. All right? Yes, Kuna. Go ahead, Zora. Golly. Some of these black
I
people,
think,
bro, I wish that we could
to
like
be honest,
excommunicate them because that's not the black that I am. And I don't want to even be
No, you
associated with
can drop
somebody
me.
like
It's
Kuna.
okay. I was not
Okay,
trying to.
goodbye, goodbye. I don't want to associate with somebody like Kuna. And it's just like they be so freaking stupid, so dumb, so idiotic, and then come up here like, oh, you know what? This person said that they're not black, but for some reason, I'm gonna make them think that they're black. They are black. That low self-esteem that black women have, like what? Like, bruh. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. Normally I try to be impartial and let somebody speak, but the way she was talking, it was just like she was just so dumb. It was just irritating my senses. And the other lady that was up here that's been in my lives before, what she was saying was equally as stupid. But for some reason I was able to tolerate it. But her, like, I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I just couldn't do it. It's so embarrassing, man. Go ahead, Zora. I'm sorry, sis. You there, Zora? You there? Zora might have Kunta, you know what? You can say that race is a social construct, cool, but also race is also a biological thing. There are differences between white people and black people and other races, and that's just the fact. And Cardi B is not a black woman. And Kuna, basically just essentially coon somewhere else. I don't know what to tell you. Go ahead, Zora. I'll restart your timer, sis, if you're there now. Are you there, Zora? You there, Zora? I think she might be having problems with her mic or whatever. Um, oh yeah, she might have to drop and come back. Like that just was ridiculous. Yes, and it's exactly Gigi Bubbly. It's exactly like Erica Mena. The same with Erica Mena, how so many black women tried to call Erica Mena black. Oh, Erica Mena's black. She's a black woman. She's an Afro Latina. But then what did Erica Mena do when she got into it with a black woman and was mad? She first thing she did is pull out a racial slur. You monkey. That should let you know right there that these women only claim black when it's convenient for them. Nor do they look black. You think that they look like unambiguously black women? Like what are we talking about? Like what? Like some of y'all need some freaking help. Like for real, for real. That when people, do you know how many black women I saw defending Erica Mena? So many. Like that's crazy. Look here, Kuna. I'm gonna go ahead and block you, Kuna. You have a great day, all right? Because you're going to make me say something to you that I don't want to say. But I'll just say this. Hold on.
literally no one was being racist. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
You know what? This is my fault. Because I just want people, when I upload this to YouTube, to see this is the person that I was talking to. That name is Kuna. This is my fault for thinking that a person that has eyes
You're
like this that
racist.
really look like the lights are on and no one's home. I should have known that I wasn't gonna be able to get any type of, a real good conversation from. That's my fault. But goodbye, Kuna. I'm gonna go ahead and block you. I cannot. Hold on. Let me get her picture off of here. Goodbye, Kuna. Let me find her. Like y'all saw what she looked like. I should have already known that the conversation wasn't gonna go anywhere. Like goodbye. You're blocked. Have a great day. Goodbye. Rich, you can go ahead, Rich, because that's just crazy.
So,
Go ahead.
so the first thing I want to say is that I'm happy that Black women are having this conversation amongst yourselves. Um, I think it's an important conversation because I've seen Cardi B over like the past 7 to 8 years just continuously disrespect Black women, and it honestly pisses me off when I would see Black women defending her, calling y'all roaches and calling y'all ugly. Like her whole aesthetic is based on the Black woman. She over here putting all kinds of chemicals in her body to look like y'all, to emulate our women. And I think it's disgusting. I don't like her. I think her music is trash, and I think she's a trash human being, and she should not be in our culture. And I'm very, very happy to see y'all standing on code and holding her accountable, holding her feet to the fire because she needs to be out, and we need to gatekeep our culture and our community for us because everybody's trying to come in right now and steal our culture from us. The entire world is trying to steal our culture from us, and we cannot allow them to do it. That's all I gotta say.
Right, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let me say this to a couple people in the comments. First of all, Daryl Clark, you shut up. That's number one. You shut up. And let me go over here to this other person here. I think their name is Kevy Fox, that says like what is acting black and all of that other stuff. What do you think it is? And I really wish that people would stop playing freaking stupid. Black people have certain lingo, certain styles of dress, behavior, just like everybody else does. So there are things that people do when they're trying to pretend to be one of us. Let's not act like we don't know that. Okay, so I feel like it's disingenuous to even play like that. When I'm talking to somebody on the phone, I know if I'm talking to a black person or a white person. I know if they're black. And it doesn't mean that they're talking unintelligent. It's the way that they speak. It's a tone that they have in their voice that lets me know that that's a black woman or a black man. I know by just hearing their voice. So stop the games and stop playing with me, man. Okay? And it doesn't matter if she has urban ties or not. I've talked to black women on the phone that have been raised in without being around a lot of black people. And you know what? I still know that they're black. Why? Because there's something about us that's different. Please get out of here. No, it doesn't. You goofy too. And if you can't come up here, Kevy Fox, you know what I'm saying? Then you're getting blocked. Period. Because you're not about to be in my chat irritating me with your stupid statements. Like, get out of here. Goodbye. You're blocked. I'm not about to play with you. Like, for real. This is absolutely ridiculous. And like I said, topics like this where I see how many black people and black women specifically are willing to engage in extreme coonery. Like, honestly, there are very few things that I don't really that I take extremely seriously. And one of them is black people participating in coonery. And even more so black women, because I feel like we're too smart to be engaged in this type of coonery, honestly. And there are so many black women that has opened my eyes, like I said, over this past like 2-3 weeks. There are a lot of black women that need to do some real soul searching. Like, y'all need to go follow some doggone black history pages on Instagram. Y'all need to do some more research on everything that really happened during slavery. Y'all need to do background on things that white people and even white Hispanics have done to us during like Jim Crow laws and everything else. Like, y'all got to do some more research, because there's no way that y'all should be out here this cooned out at all, not in 2025. Like, if you don't realize as a black woman that the only possible ally you may have is a black woman, and that's possible because there are so many black women that are coons and pygmies. But I will tell you, your only possible ally is a black woman. So getting up here and caping for white men, getting up here caping for black men, getting up here caping for what's the word I'm looking for? Racially ambiguous women. They're not on your side, bro. And white women either, for sure. They definitely not your friend. I just don't get it. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, this type of coonery, bro, like, honestly, I really feel like this, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, when I see a black woman engage in coonery, I really put her in a box to where I'm like, okay, I gotta watch you forever now. Because I don't know what your mind state is. Now I feel like what does T Scorpio say? Now I feel like you're an unhealthy minded woman. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't know. Now I gotta look at you like, you know what I'm saying? Because what the heck is going on, bro? I really just don't understand how the very basic thing, we don't know that Cardi B, number one, is not a black woman. And we don't understand that the grace that she is being given by having this horrible, her accepting Offset back a million times with him cheating on her sending actually men to beat up women because they were supposedly sleeping with her man, for her to be on trial for disrespecting a black woman, even though she got off with that civil trial. I definitely believe she said all of that stuff to that black woman. I definitely believe that she was racist to that black woman, like she said. I believe she did it all. She was on trial for acting crazy and then turned around and threw a marker at somebody for calling attention to she was pregnant, and she was pregnant. So y'all really think like it's the grace that is extended to these women is just like y'all would never ever extend that grace to a Keke Palmer, a Sierra, a Tiana Taylor. Y'all would never extend the grace that y'all are giving to Cardi B to any of those black women that I mentioned. You wouldn't. Let me just keep going. Go ahead, supervillain.
Hey, Craig, and
Hey, sis.
I'm just gonna piggyback right behind you on my couple points. One of them were to be Ciara. Ciara literally course corrected. By the way, Ciara was able to take care of her child very well, having money and being a loving mother. She course corrected. She got married, had lots of children afterwards, and they still absolutely cannot stand Ciara. Next point, y'all know what a black woman is, because if Cardi B brother was to make it, y'all wouldn't be calling him a black king. That's not y'all black king prototype. So we absolutely know that y'all know what a black woman is. Let's stop. Like, let's just have the real conversation, y'all. I don't understand why we got to take the scenic route. Again, y'all not calling Cardi B's brother a black king. Y'all know she not a black woman. Let's stop it right now. I want to say this. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, Trig. Trig is bringing up Cardi B because she is cosplaying what a black woman is represented in the show business while not being a black woman. That is the part that is the most dangerous, because now it doesn't even have to be a black woman displaying degenerate behavior. It could be any woman cosplaying a black woman, and black women are going to get the brunt of the judgment. Again, are the Latino men talking about how she is shameful in the Latino community? I don't know. I haven't seen one live since. And I've been in a couple of many different cultural lives. They're not even talking about Cardi B, the men. The men are not judging Cardi B, but black men are holding Cardi B to are holding black women to a Cardi B standard. By the way, it's a black man she had a baby with, so shouldn't they be talking about the black man who also participated in the degenerate behavior? Because, like we said before, this ain't his first rodeo. This is about what, his fourth or fifth child. The only black person in that scenario is the black man, and they're not saying nothing. Again, Ciara course corrected, and they hate her mother effing guts. I just want us to be so transparent and clear. I think that last young lady was about the most transparent. It's because she likes Cardi B. That is literally the only reason why she considered her black, because she likes Cardi B. If we can tell the truth and have a real conversation and be honest, that would be great here. But the time we have to take to explain to y'all that this is not a black woman when y'all know this is not a black woman, because again, y'all not calling her brother a black king. Maybe we can get to the real root of what the issue is. I'm gonna yield there for now, Trick. Thank you.
All right, I got you. I got you, supervillain. Appreciate you. Let me go up here to Coach Lady. Go ahead, Coach Lady.
Hey, host. I'm glad I came across your prompt on your page. I definitely started following.
Oh, thanks,
Your
sis.
title alone was enough. I came up to say that I agree as far as you're saying in 2025, like there's no excuse. And I can say that because I was part of the problem. I still am struggling a little bit with internal misogyny, but also I went by the one drop rule. I let society make me believe that that was something I should be a part of. I also, the whole coddling of black men and feeling like we have to do everything to hold them up when they don't give us that same protection or the same rights. And as far as Cardi B, I can also say that I was duped. I thought she was black when she started, because we do give her so much grace as far as the N word and letting her say and do what she wants to do in our community. We given her more money than probably her own community is. But once I did find out there's a way to handle it. And so I'm just saying that to say there's no more excuses. Like there's no more, if we don't know that men are a menace at this point because I'm decentering them as well, and that we need to be there for each other because, like you said, we don't have anybody else, and it's on us to start helping each other as Black women instead of either tearing us down or being like, oh, we just gonna run to another race to make things better. No, why not? It starts at home. Like, what are you doing for yourself first? My biggest thing with all Black women, clients and all, I'm like, date yourself. Get to know yourself first. And once you start knowing your boundaries, your values, and all that, you won't allow this mess. You will not put up with the stuff that Black women are putting up with because we show people how to treat us. So I just wanted to share that I was on that side not that long ago. And so there are definitely no excuses. And if I can do it, I feel like anybody can do it and start looking up information and research, like you said earlier.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you. I appreciate you, Coach Lady. I just want to say, as to regards to Cardi B is not the only one. I'm not singling Cardi B out. Like, Cardi B is somebody that a lot of people know, so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. But I was just thinking there's another person that has a lot of support from Black women. If anybody knows about the LGBTQ influencer named Landon Romano. He is a white tea man that comes from a Republican family that cosplays as a Black woman. I think he's let up on it now, but he was doing it for years and years and years. Managed to make millions and millions and millions of dollars acting like a Black woman, copying Black women, even stole intellectual property from Black women. And all I would ever see when I would see his videos is Black women saying, hey, he's so funny. He acting like one of us. He grew up in the South. That's why he act like we do. And I would go back and forth and stuff like that with Black women about him all the time. And he was a white man, white from the Caucasus Mountains. Okay. And Black women would call me everything but a child of God when I tried to say anything about that man. So my thing is that this doesn't just go around somebody saying, oh, you don't want to accept Cardi B. Cardi B has a drop of Black blood in her. Why are we colonizing, Blackness? Like somebody said in the comments before I blocked them. No, this is a problem that Black women have in general. And you don't even have to be racially ambiguous for Black women to get on board with it. You don't. So I just want to let that be clear that this is not just a Cardi B issue at all. So I don't know if anybody knows who Landon Romano is, but yes. Let's see here. Supervillain, you have something to say?
Yes, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna drop because of capitalism got me in a chokehold.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally muted you. Go ahead, Supervillain. I'm sorry.
No problem. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just wanted to bring up something too to the guy that was up earlier who said he loved that Black women are coming together and having a conversation amongst themselves, and then decided to insert himself in a conversation, which was an oxymoron. He said he doesn't know why. Well, I'm gonna explain why. Part of that reason why this goes on is because Black men like you allow these non-Black women to feel like they can say anything and do anything they want in the spaces of Black women. I don't want that part to be forgotten because we're going to do the work as Black women, but there's going to be a Black man who lays down at night with a Cardi B and fill her head with all the nonsense. You can do this, you can do that. You're better than a Black woman. Oh, you my real Black queen. I don't want that part to be forgotten because, again, Black women are going to do the work. And it's just going to come undone because Enigma's going to lay down with a non-Black woman and just restart the BS all over again. So I don't want that part to be forgotten in this conversation. Thank you so much, Trig. Gotta do capitalism, but I'm in the comments. Can you drop me down? My hands are keep
Oh, no problem. No problem. I appreciate you. Supervillain. It's always good to hear you. Let me go up here to Keeping. Go ahead, Keeping. You there?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
I've been watching you for a little while, but I love what you're doing. And I wanted to say, I was on Facebook the other day, and I seen Carly B in a portrait with the girl Clarissa Shields. So Clarissa Shields, I guess she's the boxer, right?
Yes.
They're dating
I
that
know about
guy.
her. I'm a big
So I
fan.
seen her. Clarissa Shields is like, oh, I'm with my girl Carly B, but really, technically, Carly B used to call Black women, especially dark skinned Black women that look like her, They call us roaches and all this stuff, and you hugged up in a picture with this girl? I don't understand, because Carly B wouldn't even consider Clarissa Shields to be conventionally attractive. So I'm like, why are we coddling behind this mess? It's crazy.
I mean, I definitely agree with you. And my thing is that so many people judge Cardi B off of her 15 face that she got right now. But let's never forget that Cardi B was ugly as all get out.
Yeah, she was.
Jacked up teeth,
She
ugly
definitely was
nose,
a mess.
ugly face, all of that. And
She
now if
definitely
you
was
looked at
ugly.
if y'all seen her like her little performance that she had performing that disc where she had on that lace outfit with her stomach out, her hips, she looked like a guitar. She looked like
Yeah.
a built like a guitar. She looked ridiculous. So it's like I don't even understand how anybody could even let Cardi B call them ugly when
I
if you
know.
look at her original face, dang on it,
Yeah.
that lady was hit,
She was
hit, hit,
definitely
hit.
definitely a mess.
They all know she was never like pretty. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what frustrates me the most as well. Like
Yeah.
she butters. Like nobody.
And she
Yeah.
she looks a mess, because I've seen her like get out of cars and stuff. The big fake booty, the way her body looks, she looked like SpongeBob SquarePants with a fake. This is what women are
Look
cheering
at the
for,
hand.
in her ratchet, disgusting mouth. Like, this is what women are cheering for. This is what women want to be like. This ratchet woman. I don't understand it. She looks a hot mess. She just got some money.
What's crazy to me is all the shit that she has said about black women. I remember this like from, you know what I'm saying, like where there you can literally pull up receipts of her calling somebody black child a monkey, her calling black women burnt monkeys and roaches. Yet they still, the black women, the first one to still support her and defend her. It's crazy to me. And then the first thing, I don't know who she tried. She keep on every bitch she ever got into it with was a black woman. She never get into it with none of the Hispanic women or anything like that. Yeah, the girl Zora said that she told that lady you was probably on drugs. Good thing your baby died. Ha ha ha
Hey, you
ha ha.
can't say
That
certain
little
words,
monkey.
Anastasia.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. my bad, my baby. And my real name Candy.
Okay, okay.
That's
Thank you
a
for coming, Candy. But yeah,
messed
like
up
I just
how it's messed up how black women will give a lot of black women will give a quarter of blood to defend this woman after all she's done, all she said is messed up.
all right, I got you, Candy. All right. I mean, like I said, I definitely agree. I do think that like we gotta stop doing this. And that's why I mentioned Cardi B, but I also mentioned Landon Romano. And you know what? I also want to mention y'all know the black guy, I think he's LGBTQ too. His name is TT. He be wearing them like blue wigs and stuff. And he always tries to like cosplay as a black woman, like him as well. Like I always felt like the things that he said was absolutely disgusting. Of the way he pretended to be a black woman, it was very degrading. And once again, when I tried to say stuff about him, like, why are you letting this black man make money off of trying to represent black women poorly, trying to say we all ghetto, got an attitude, patting our hair weaves and all this other stuff? Why are y'all letting him do this? Because why isn't he cosplaying as a black man? Why he not somewhere with his pants sagging, holding fake pew pews and talk about we're the liquor at, we're the liquor at? He not doing that, but he wants to cosplay as black women, which I find to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? But nobody says anything about that. You know what I mean? So it's like, black women constantly and consistently do these things of accepting people that cosplay us, that disrespect us, that put us in harm's way, that represent us poorly, that's going to cause even more people to look at us in a negative way. And like, we really, really, really got to truly stop it. Truthfully. And that person that kept saying crying racism, I blocked them. They're gone. It's probably somebody I already blocked. So I blocked them. But yeah, and I also just wanted to mention, like, we just got to stop the one drop rule. Like, truthfully, like that. And it seems like I really feel like black people should be upset with the one drop rule, because the one drop rule literally only applies to us. Do you know how many people are of mixed race that try to go to their Hispanic side, Latino side, their white side, their Asian side, and those people say, yeah, no, no, this ain't that. You're not one of us. However, black people, because everybody looks on us so poorly, we are supposed to be the acceptors, the dumpsters of everybody. And that, in my opinion, is super duper duper problematic. You know what I'm saying? That is something that I feel like we gotta stop. We gotta stop. Well, somebody said in the comments, let me see. Um, my world says, so if a black woman is wrong, we have to defend them because they're black. What are you talking about? What about what I said it means that? Like some of y'all, I feel like y'all don't have any type of like critical thinking skills. And Miss Blackberry, you support Chris Brown. Your mama supports Chris Brown because I have made many videos on not supporting Chris Brown. So please stop saying y'all. You mean the heifers that you know. Because the black women that's in my circle are intelligent and would never support Chris Brown. So you mean the women, that black women that you know, that you attract, that hang out with you. So get out of here. Like, what are we like? I hate it when people do that. Y'all do this. Do you do it? If you don't do it, why do you think that I do it? At least ask me if I do it before you start bumping your gums. Ew. Yikes. Like, I don't know. PG 1908. Give me your phone, PG 1908. PG 1908 said, is that Marie? For anybody that knows, anybody that be in these lives, y'all know who Marie was. Because I blocked Marie, but she could be back. Oh, my goodness, bro. Oh, I blocked her, though. If it was Marie, she blocked again because I just blocked her, PG 1908. She gone. I just blocked her. Oh, my goodness. Super villain laughing, too. You know what, super villain? I meant to tell you that a lady said that she was going to unfollow me on my YouTube. I forgot it was something that you and I was talking about. And she said that I was too nice to you and that I gave you grace. I don't even know what it was. I can't even remember now, super villain. And I was like, I told her before I ended up blocking her, I said, you listen to these lives a lot, right? She was like, yeah. I said, so you do know that I talk to super villain a lot. She's on my lives a lot. I said, if you're not going to extend grace to somebody that you cool with and you talk to a lot, who else would you extend grace to? Like, or whatever. Why would you be mad at me about you what you perceive as preferential treatment to somebody that I like? Yeah, but she was mad at me. She said she was never gonna follow me again, like ever. I just thought that was crazy. Yeah, I think they do get jealous of the regulars because it's been plenty of women that have made comments about women that be on my lives a lot, and it's just like, what are you talking about? Like, if there's a woman that comes in my life like often or every day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely gonna show preferential treatment. I'm sorry, and I'll admit that. Of course I will. Of course I will. Like, I ain't stupid. I know who be coming in here a lot. And also the women that don't come in the box, but the women that be in the chat, that always be in the chat talking and saying, hey, Trigger, how you doing and stuff. I remember everybody. I remember everybody, and I keep a note. And I always make sure that I go above and beyond to protect those women. If I see somebody in the comments say something crazy, to them, I block the other people. And I do a whole lot of stuff like that. But, I don't really speak on it a lot. But of course I'm going to do that. I'm one of those people that mean it. When I say that I love black women and that I want to protect black women and stuff like that, I mean it. So don't be mad at me because I actually do what I say. You don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Let me see here. Naya World, I'm gonna send you a request to come up again, because I really don't understand what you're saying. Because it could be that what you're saying is getting lost in translation in the chat. Because sometimes, you can't talk and fit everything in the thing. So I need to know exactly what you're saying. Okay, no problem, supervillain.
Hello,
I
y'all
know you
can hear
gotta
me,
get
guys?
that. I know you gotta get that money. Well, you gotta get that money, supervillain. No problem, sis. Okay, yeah, I can hear you, Maya.
No,
Or let me
this
know if
is
that's the
not.
right way.
I'm not. I ain't on here being ignorant. I'm asking for real because, like, in the terms of like rap beef, if you're just looking from a rap standpoint and like the this is back and forth type shit.
Nobody's talking about any
No,
type of rap or disses. Nobody's even
no,
talking about music.
We
your
don't care about
perspective
rap.
that you're talking about right here. Someone else, a different creator, made a long video and they were saying that they feel like the rap beef is orchestrated based on Cardi B trying to get black girl clout. So I'm asking, does the rest of the y'all feel like that as well? Is
How
that
old are
what
you?
part of this basis stands
We
for?
don't care.
How old are
Who
you?
cares?
26.
26. Okay. I'm not gonna speak about like rap beef or anything like that, but I will say that
Because
Cardi
you're
B.
talking about like black women, I know the second thing you say is black women defending Cardi B over another black woman. Does it have anything to do with that? Does it have to do with her career over time, her things that she said online and shit like that? It doesn't have to do with recent offenses, is
It
what I'm
has to do with
asking.
recent offenses, but I'll just say Cardi B is not a black woman. So regardless of what the topic was, in my opinion, a black woman defending her, uplifting her, rocking with her over a black woman is insane. Because she's not a black woman. She's a cosplayer. She's a parasite. And she said horribly racist things towards black women. So in my opinion, any black woman that would even support her needs her head checked. Because why would you support somebody that thinks less of you? That thinks that they're above you. That doesn't even make any sense. That's like a black person supporting the KKK or supporting a white tea supremacist. Like, why would you do that as a black person? When people say that, people understand it and get it. Like, no, I guess I understand not to support the KKK. The same thing is supporting Cardi B because she doesn't respect you as a black woman. She thinks that she's better than you, and she's imitating you in the worst way every day, making black women look like fools even though she's not a black woman, because so many people perceive her to be that way because of the black people being a dumpster for the racial cosplay, and then that's how it is. You get what I'm saying? Is that what you was wondering?
For sure. Like I wanted to know like what's the perspective based off just her career, the things she said, her music, or something recent. Because it's like I've seen people that were supporting her before feel like now it's like a personal attack on black women. So it's like I mean black women are on a monolith. A whole bunch of black women have different opinions. So I never have no problem asking everybody for their opinion. I'm not trying to disrespect the people or anything like that. But I could definitely see where you're coming from in terms of people associating the things that they use to insult her, they associated with her blackness. And I feel like that's what people don't understand where other people come from, the whole terms of cosplaying. It's not about what you grow up around, it's the way society perceives your environment and the things that they use to diminish your character they associate with your blackness.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Cardi B doesn't have any blackness. She's not a black woman
Oh,
at
of
all.
course, but with
Yeah.
the way you said that they put her in a category with black people and they associate her with blackness and things of that nature, they're taking the negative things about her in terms of ignorance or like how she speaks and stuff like that. That those are the things that they use to associate her with black people, not necessarily her ethnicity or things of that nature. It's like that's what you're saying? No,
I mean, I think that what she
partially
does
what you're
is she
getting at.
tries to represent. She represents herself a terrible way, and because she has managed to tether herself to black people, people perceive that to be what black women are, and that's not true. There are plenty of black women that speak correctly and don't sound like they have some type of speech impediment like her. There are plenty of black women that have, respect for themselves and wouldn't be out here pregnant by a man who has multiple women pregnant at the same time as her and also have children under the age of 6 months. So I think that that's really the problem in itself, like perceiving her to have any type of blackness at all. She doesn't have any connection to the black community other than what we allow her to do. And unfortunately, there are a lot of black people that allow tethers, allow parasites like her to stick on to the black community and don't excise them or cut them off. I believe that she should be cut off from the black community, and I don't believe that more specifically any black woman should ever support her in any way. But I can't change every black woman's mind, but she's definitely an enemy to black women for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah.
And you know what? We haven't heard one time anybody tell her to pick better,
Yeah,
from what I've
exactly.
heard. And then I also thought about it as far as when you really listen to her songs and stuff, if she was black, they would call her trash. As far as how she's rapping and what she's saying, it's not that good. I'm just responding because I saw somebody in the comments say it.
Let's see here. Somebody in the comments, Sherelle Patrice, she said Cardi B growing up in the Bronx gave her access to the black community. I mean, you could say that, but it's access that she should have never had, Sherelle. It should have been access denied. And that's the problem, that there are far too many black people and black women, because that's all I care about is black women, that specifically will grant somebody access to the black community when they don't have any right to it. Toya J, who says, are Caribbeans not black? Are all Caribbeans black? No. Do you see her daddy? Does he look like a black man to you? No. Do you see her mother? Does she look like a black woman to you? No. Did you see her on Vlad TV saying that she wasn't a black woman and that she liked to date people outside of her culture, specifically black men? Did you? Like these dumb questions that y'all keep asking is really irritating to me, because do you even think about who the person is before you start claiming them to be black? Like, this is nuts. And this is why nobody respects. First of all, once again, Toya, here's another one. Here's another one. DJ Khaled voice. She started referring to herself as Afro-Caribbean after being called out for culturally appropriating Black American culture and also being called out for using the N-word. That's my thing. It doesn't make any sense why y'all are so cool with that. Why would a Caribbean person be using the N-word? Is that something that originated in that they changed for a slur against the people there for them? No. So why would you even be using the N-word in the first place? So it's like, it's ridiculous. Yes, just like Evelyn Lozada did. Evelyn Lozada did the exact same thing. Soon as people started calling her anti-black and how she was going at that African woman, then all of a sudden, I'm an Afro-Latina. I'm an Afro-Latina, even though she wasn't. Like, people like the lady that just said that stuff. What was her name? I got to go back up here. Like Toya. Women like Toya are the reason why these conversations will always need to be had. Always. Because there's always a woman like Toya and always a woman like the woman earlier, Kuna, who will say things like this. And it's ridiculous. Do you think that white tea Hispanics will let your black behind be somewhere and let you claim, oh, you know what? I grew up around white tea Hispanics. I'm a white tea Hispanic. I have 5% white tea blood. This Spaniard blood. Yes. No, they would never. So why do you do that? Low racial self-esteem. Ridiculous. When people say, oh, you know what, this person that is 75% then white tea and 25% black, or they have a black great grandpappy, do you think that those people that you call black, do you think that if you told them, hey, one of my slave masters of my great granny was white tea, so I'm white, would they believe that? Would they acknowledge you as white? Or would they tell you to get your black behind out of their face? Huh? These are the questions that I really want y'all to think truly about. Why is it that black people are the only ones that are open to calling everyone black, but everyone else can close ranks? Do you know how many Blasian people that I see on TikTok talk about their experiences as Blasians, and they talk about how Asian people was like, yep, nope, you are not Asian. You're not one of us. Everybody literally does that except for black people. And then you wonder why we're consistently and constantly on the bottom. In insanity. Anthea, did you have anything to say?
Hey, yeah. I just wanted to comment, like, on the last thing that you just said just now, regarding, like, why do they not even consider us whatever, and like other people will not accept you, but then like we're so accepting, and it's crazy and it's weird and it's extremely frustrating. Even myself, as a monoracial BLK person, I may not be from your side of the continent. However, I have experienced it, and I do know what it's like, and I do know how they act. So it's just weird for me to see people co-signing for these people, because it's crazy. Like I'm from Zimbabwe, right? And like, you know how Taylor called herself a colored? It actually is actually a thing. It is literally a thing. Like, their colors, like there was, well, basically there were cities or towns rather, like representing like whatever race you are. So it just makes me feel weird now, even now, seeing other people, monoracial black people, trying to defend these people. It doesn't make sense to me because they know they've got that privilege. Yeah, it's. Whew,
All right.
yeah.
All right, I got you. I got you. And I also wanted to say really quick to PG 1908 in the comments. She said that she's telling us who's behind it, and I feel like she's gonna say black men, and I definitely agree. I believe that black men, a lot of times they are unable to take accountability or unwilling. They are unwilling to take accountability because of the fact that they are coddled by the women in their community. So when they would lust after these non-black women, they wanted to still pretend that they were these woke, pro black warriors that were all about the progression of the black community. And they could not stand the fact that their actions weren't adding up to the stuff that they were talking. So they decided to call these women, all of these non black women, black. They even decided to say, even though they loved and lusted after white women, and they knew that they were not creating black children, they decided to perpetuate the lie that, oh, you're the race of your father. Your father determines your race. No, your father doesn't determine your race. Birthing a child is 50-50. It comes from the mother and it comes from the father. If you are having intercourse with a white woman and the baby comes out, that baby's not black. You think a black baby's coming out of a white womb? Are you nuts? No, that baby is biracial. That baby is half whitey. And I do believe that a lot of these problems does come from black men and their self-hatred. And what happened is that there were so many pick-me black women. And I'm going to say this is where black women come in. There were so many pick-me black women that still wanted to be attractive to black men and not be looked at as a hater or not be looked at as jealous of these non-black and white women, that they went ahead and said, you know what? You're right, you guys. They're one of us, you guys. Yes, they are. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous, black man. I'm a loving black woman. Choose me. Choose me. Love me, black king. Love me, black king. Choose me over these women. And that's how we got to the state that we are right now. So absolutely, I totally agree. You know what I'm saying? But I can't change black men and their self-hatred and the lies that they tell themselves. All I can do is try to go in these lives and affect or trigger a change in mind of a black woman. Because black men are beyond you know what, Mika? When you said when you don't even want a black man who dates outside his race, I totally agree with you. Like, I wouldn't even talk to a black man that has ever even had intercourse with a non-black woman. If you touch the non-black woman, I'm cool on you. I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even do it. Because I already know that your mind is broken and that there's something wrong. There's something wrong inside. I wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't even do it. And I recommend that, I know that a lot of black women are done dating black men, which is cool. But if you are a black woman that still likes black men, that should be one of the top things that you ask. The top things. Have you ever dated non-black women? Have you ever had intercourse with non-black women? And if the answer is no, if the answer is yes, don't date that man. Don't talk to that man. Don't have anything to do with that man. Do not touch him. He should be a leper to you. For real. That's just my opinion, though. For real. I don't think that you should talk to him at all. You have something to say,
Yeah.
Coach Lady?
Yeah, I just wanted to say it's funny that you start going into that. I thought it was so weird. There's a very popular creator on TikTok who I was like, oh my God, there's finally a black man out here that's defending black women and standing up for us. He's holding black men accountable. He's holding lies, having the conversation, just to find out his woman was not black. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And the main people who support him are Black women. And I don't understand it. As soon as I found out, I stopped following him.
Who you
I
talking
don't
about? Who you
understand that.
talking about, Coach Lady?
Yep, the person said it in the comments. I didn't want to say it out loud because once you start saying their name on your live, like it gives credit to them and it starts sending people to their page. But the
Oh,
person
girl, I
just
don't
said,
care. I've mentioned him plenty of times, girl. I've
but
mentioned
yes, Coach
public.
T, it is
Yeah,
public.
yes, what he does is he benefits off of the labor of Black women. He uses Black women as his attack dogs. Public offender. He uses Black women as his attack dogs, knowing that he doesn't rock with Black women. The same way that video that went viral of him, where he was saying, "Oh, somebody called my wife ghetto, but they didn't know my wife was white." That's a Freudian slip right there. That you were saying that your wife couldn't be ghetto because she was a white woman. She could only be ghetto if she was a Black woman. So the fact that after Black women seeing that he said that and they still choose to be up in that man's things, I just don't even know what to say. And the fact that y'all probably think that I'm like saying something wrong, but I feel like you can't trust no man that's over the age of 40 that's painting his fingernails. Like that's very performative. That's very performative. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to say like, "Oh, I'm this liberal, free thinking spirit Black man." Like, what Nick? Sorry, I was about to say something crazy. Why in the world are you painting your fingernails and you 40 plus? Negro, please. Now, if I seen some boys doing that, and I seen some boys in the grocery store, they was in like their teenage years. I understand that. Public offender. Could y'all please? That's what I'm talking about. I was like, if I seen like some little teenagers, I know that a lot of them have been affected by that, and they think that it's like cool and dope and shows that whatever. But any man that's 40 plus painting his nails, be for real. Like, honestly, like it's either you're performative, or it's either your wife has a big, huge you know what, that she pegs you with. One of the two. You're either performative or you're getting pegged. One of the two. You're a performer or a pegger. Choose. Pick your poison. Okay. Yeah. And I stand by that, and I will not take it back. I really mean it. If a man is painting his fingernails, you're either performative or you're a pegger. You like to be pegged. Okay? Period. Um, you know what? Sage advice. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Let me go up here to D. If you can stick with the time, sis, I'll give you 3 minutes.
Okay, so I agree with all of the prompts. Like it's ridiculous, the foolishness. Like, I came up here because y'all had really said something that was funny. So I asked the guy back in the day. I asked him. I said, "Have you ever
Oh,
dated
hold on.
outside
I'm
of?"
sorry, D. D, just 1 second, sis. I'll
Sorry.
restart your timer.
Okay.
Somebody in the comments, MMW says, if a Black man dates outside his race, you don't like him. No, I don't. I don't understand why y'all ask me questions like that, like I'm going to change my answer. I don't care about being politically correct. I'm going to say what I say, and I'm going to mean what I say. No, I don't. If you a Black man and you date outside your race, I don't like you at all, period. I don't rock with you. I won't support you. I won't do nothing for you. I won't say your name, nothing at all. And I'm going to give you something else that's really going to be, clip this if you like. It doesn't apply the same for Black women either. Black women that date out, it doesn't apply the same. It doesn't. Because there is a lack of options for Black women. So Black women, a lot of Black women may have to date out if they're looking for love or they really want a partner. The same does not apply to Black men. And also, most Black men that date out are self-hating bastards. So no, I do not like you. Did that answer your question, MMW? Thanks. I don't mind saying it out loud. Don't ask me questions that you don't want to know the answer to, because I'll give it to you. All right, go ahead, D. Let me
Okay,
restart the
so
timer.
he ain't gonna like me either. Because what I was saying is that I asked the guy. I said, "So have you ever dated out of your race?" Why does that matter? It matters because for me, I want a man that only dates Black women. I don't want a man that has entertained that. And that does not make me well, I can't be that anyway. So, but anyway, that does not make me any kind of way. I mean, I just don't like that. And a lot of people don't. and it's proven why we don't like it, because we're talking about why we don't like it. I can't trust them. And not only that, my high school sweetheart, I broke up with him freshman year of college. He started dating out of his race, right? But mind you, one of the very same girls that he claimed that he was not entertaining, people had told me that she was flirting with him because, you know, they weak, they docile, whatever. And so anyway, all of a sudden, he started entertaining her because she was throwing the pee at him or whatever. And he should have been able to control himself, but obviously he couldn't. And so I broke up with him. And from then out, he's now dating other races or whatnot. His mother is Black. His mom was one of those ones that very one of those mothers that they want to date their son type, controls their life. She's still that way. She never has a man. Um, I believe that there's some self-hate in that situation. And I say that I came up because I laughed because someone had the audacity to tell me, why did I ask a Black man if he only dates Black women? And I said, because that's what I want. I want a Black man that dates only Black women. I don't want them to entertain that foolishness. And that's how I feel. And I can feel that way if I want to. And I just feel like, you know, in the community, people are too accepting of certain things and they lose sight of things as well. And me as a Black woman, I just could not respect him anymore by the comments he made saying if it was not light, if it's not YT, it's not right. How can you say that when you have a Black mother and a Black father? How can you say that? I just never understood that. And it was foolishness. And he would make a comment saying he wants women that want his money. And I said, well, I could never date you again. And he was trying to have a chance with me again. I said, no, I could never date you again or give you a chance. I'm not even thinking about giving you a chance because of how you think and who you are. And yeah, I'm going to land my plane there.
All right. I got you, D. All right, let me go up here to Mika. Go ahead, Mika.
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Y'all cooking in here. I'm on your YouTube triggered, so I'm always watching your preference to baby mama pipeline videos and everything like that. So I had to come and get in on this conversation because I just want my sisters to stand up. Like, we are constantly, the scapegoat, the reason for everybody's issue, and we are just expected to just turn the other cheek. And I'm just kind of tired of it. I've been calling out the whole stuff with Cardi B, basically just saying when it's your fave, you're going to defend it because realistically, we know that this is bird brain behavior, what she's doing. Like it doesn't matter how you slice it, how you dice it. It doesn't matter if, Offset wants money from you or what. That's how it works when you're in a marriage. Like, please. All of the excuses that she's able to give, and we just coddle her and make her rich and give her generational wealth when we could never step in a Dominican space or an Afro Latina space or whatever it is in profit and be lifted up like that. We could never call any of them a racial slur and be uplifted and championed. So it's just really refreshing to see, I see, people disagreeing, but whatever. It's really refreshing for me to see that there is still space for the original Black American woman. It's just it's sick. It's sick. And she really lowered the bar, not just musically, but just in general. Like, whole culture is thriving, and now everything is transactional, and it's really just messing up. I have 3 daughters, so I have to tell them all the time, like, this is not the way. This is, she's tricking you. That's a trick. That's to trick you out your spot. Like, you're more valuable than that. That's not the message that I want to send to my girls, So I just had to come up here and, give flowers, props. Y'all cooking. Y'all are on to something. This is the right kind of conversation that needs to be had. Like, please wake it up. And thank you for it.
All right, thank you so much, Mika. I wanted to respond to somebody in the comments that said that Cardi B is a Black woman. They said, look at her hair. First of all, I want you to know that that's such a stupid thing to say. Not to mention that I never said that she might not have a couple drops of black ancestry in her lineage, but she's not a black woman. But let me show you a picture of somebody really quickly. Do you see this baby? Do you see this baby right here? This is a fully white tee baby. This is the type of hair texture that Cardi B has shown herself. Normally, when she shows her hair, it is in a twist out after she's taking braids down and it's crinkly. This is hair right here is on a white child. This is called uncombable hair syndrome. This is a white baby. So hair texture makes you black. Because just like somebody else said, what about the black women that have loose textures or almost straight hair textures, or the many dark-skinned black women that I've seen with like extremely silky, almost straight hair? Because I've seen that combo a lot, like extremely dark-skinned black women having extremely silky hair, like really loosely curled. Are they black still, or are they something else? Goofy. You're a goofy. Like, honestly, bro. Like, I really just can't even believe it is that the fact that there are so many lost black women that want to call this non-black woman that is called black women burnt, ghetto, roaches, monkeys, and you think that she believes that she's a black woman or she's a black woman? What are you talking about? Like, it just doesn't even make any sense to me. If you needed further confirmation on if she's a black woman or not, look at her children. If she was black, her children would look fully black, but they don't, do they? They look like mixed children. They look like mixed race children. Their hair, their faces, their skin complexions, because you know what? That's exactly what they are. So y'all got to get a grip, bro, and stop being like some of y'all, the stupidity that y'all have is like, it's almost like an insult. It's like y'all spitting in my face that y'all are so stupid. Like, honestly. And somebody right here, M, who is also an idiot that says mixed is still black, especially if you look black, you're another goofy. Why is mixed only black to black people? If you're mixed, doesn't that mean you're another race, dummy? So why aren't you the other race, goofball? Huh? How come you're not the other race? So if you're half white and half black, why isn't that mixed means white? Y'all always think that y'all want to play games with black people. Mixed is mixed is mixed is mixed and will be mixed. Are you dumb? No, that's not true at all. Because half of the people that you're talking about that you think look black don't. They clearly look mixed. We know that they're not fully black people. We know that by just looking. Let me just block you because you can't even come up here. Get out of here. Go, skedaddle. You gotta go. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And why is it, and I said this already, why is it that y'all goofballs don't ever go to white people with this? Why y'all don't ever go with white people with this? How come when white people find out that you got a black daddy and you say, well, I look more white though? Why don't they accept you as white? Y'all only push this on black people. You only push it on black people. And that's right. That's right. She did get on that stand and say that she doesn't identify as African American. Yet, the whole culture that she's cosplaying as is Black American. So, what are we talking about? Then if you don't identify as Black American, why the heck did you say the N-word? Why is you always up in Black American people's faces trying to be a copycat of us? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But like I said, like people said earlier, black men are to the blame for a lot of this behavior. Elena says Cardi B is a black Latina. You are an idiot. That woman never said that. She never believed that. And what's crazy is that she can say it out of her own mouth that she's not a black woman and say that she's dating interracially when she dates black men. But there will be some goofies like Elena that will still believe that she's a black woman just because she decided to say it on one day. Y'all are
Hey,
so
trigger.
disgraceful.
Trigger, not to cut you off. There's somebody in live M talking about this live is wild, just pure hatred. It's sad. How is it hatred? How are we being a hater?
And you know what? That's another thing. That's exactly why I think that right there, it proves how people feel entitled to black people, to black bodies, to black spaces, that you would call me saying that a woman that admitted on video camera that she's not a black woman, that she's done nothing but represent the women that she's cosplaying as poorly, being for the streets, being a stripper heifer, a promiscuous woman, a woman that has told people that she has actually roofied men and robbed them, has attacked other women. She belongs to a gang, sent men to a girl's places of business to attack them, been sued for disrespecting another black woman, for a fully black woman, for calling her all type of things, and you think that it's racist for me to say that this isn't a black woman? That's racist. That means that you guys feel like black people should have no autonomy over their culture, over their identity. Anybody that simply says that they're black, we have to open them up with open arms. That shows your bias and your hatred, that you feel like black people shouldn't even have the right to say no. You think that you are entitled to everything that black people are. And because we are lowly, because you perceive us to be lowly, we're not lowly, but because you perceive us to be that way, that we should just accept whatever you want. Oh yeah, you know what? You're black. You're black. Yes, yes, yes. You have one drop of black blood, so you're black. I look at your daddy and he looks like a white Hispanic, but no, you're still a black woman. What? Oh, you call us roaches and monkeys and burnt? Oh, yes, you're still black. That means you think that we are worthless. And that is ridiculous. Honestly. It's so disgraceful. Let me block, I'm gonna block a couple of y'all right now. I'm definitely finna block Elena. Elena, if you don't get in the box, I'ma block you. Cause you're not gonna talk crazy in the chat and not have the courage to get in the box. So if you got, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds, Elena. You got 5 seconds to get in here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna block Elena. Cool. Hold on. Let me get Elena. You about to get blocked right now. Hold on. Let me find you again. Where's she at? Where's she at? It looks like she just disappeared. After I said her name. But some of these weirdos don't be wanting me to block them. Oh, I see you. There she go. Elena, you're blocked. Goodbye. Yep, she gone. And then I think it was another person. She's getting blocked too. You're gone too. Cause you ain't even black. Girl, you Flower Ranger, get out of here. She's blocked too. All right, yeah, Mim is gone too. All right, go ahead, Miss Chrissy, baby.
I just want to correct something that was made in the comments. Everyone keeps saying that her mom is Trinidadian. I think it was her dad though, but either way, people do understand there's other races that live in the Caribbean. Like there's a large East Indian population in Trinidad and Chinese. My dad's dad is East Indian heritage. Not everyone in Trinidad are black. So I just wanted to say that because that was driving me crazy. Okay, I'll drop.
Oh, thank you so much, Miss Chrissy, baby. It's really crazy. I think that that's what I'm saying about how people perceive black people to be like the dumpster. Because if they think that they're not white, then all of a sudden they need to go in a black pile. And that's exactly what they do to black people. And then they wonder why we have people that cosplay as us and do all of these things and take resources from the black community and disrespect us at the same time. Because how in the world are you going to be a black woman, supposedly, like Cardi B likes to pretend to be, calling black women monkeys and roaches and burnt and all of that? If you were really black, you would never do that. Can I tell you how many times I've called a black woman a monkey? Never. How many times I've called a black woman a roach? Never. How many times I tried to weaponize a black woman's features against her like I'm not black? I've never done that. Why? Because I'm a black woman and I know to call a black woman a monkey is to call me one too, because I'm black and we're in the same boat. So I really wish that people would understand that when people use these weaponized racial slurs, that should already give you a very big clue that the person is not black. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you call a black person a monkey or an ape if you're black? Like what? Like that just doesn't even make any sense. Let's see here now. Cookie says that black women have done it to her. I'm so sorry that that's happened to you, Cookie. I can't speak for, I acknowledge your experience with it. I'm just saying I have never done it. However, have seen a lot of non-black women that do that. Y'all, wait a minute. Did I tell anybody here, if some of my day ones are in here, if you guys know, I fast. I either intermittent fast, and then on the days that I'm sorry, I just jumped subjects, but on the days that I don't alternate day fast, which means I go 36 hours without eating, it's a good tool to keep yourself, slim and trim, and also to help your body, your hormones as a woman and everything. So I alternate day fast, and on the days that I am not alternate day fasting, I intermittent fast, which means that I have a window of 8 hours that I eat in. Why is my husband in the kitchen baking a cake, y'all? He was supposed to bake a cake for my birthday, right? He was supposed to bake a cake for my birthday, but I ended up going to Cheesecake Factory because Cheesecake Factory sent me these birthday coupons. So I got me some cheesecakes from there. So I had only eaten one because I tried to limit my sugar. So I ate one, but I still got another one in the fridge. Now, he know I'm supposed to be fasting for 36 hours today, y'all. As I'm talking to y'all, I smell something that smells so lovely because my favorite cake is chocolate. This man is in here cooking a freaking chocolate cake. Now, I'm going to probably have to just intermittent fast today as opposed to fasting a full 36 hours. My husband is a very big op. I can't believe he just did this. He in the comments talk about he forgot. Lord, how you forget? How you forget on my fast day? I'm supposed to be fasting for 36 hours. I'm only at like 18 hours right now, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh, I feel like Tyrese. Y'all seen that meme of Tyrese where he be like, congratulations. That's how I feel right now, y'all. Oh my goodness. Lord, Lord, Lord. I'm about to eat this cake, y'all. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Lord.
It's okay, no judgment. I intermittent fast too, and people were like, "How does that work?" I said, "It works when I tell you." Like, I'll eat like some eggs or some eggs with some type of fruits, like maybe an egg omelet or something, and then I won't eat again until like maybe 5 o'clock or something, and then I don't eat the rest of the night. I kind of like do like my own little intermittent fasting. It's been working. I was eating bad all during my mom's birthday or whatever, and she ate the same stuff, and she got on the scale and she was like, "Man, I ain't lose no weight, but you lost weight." I said, "Yep." And I was on my cycle too, and I still maintained what I need to maintain. Like, I knew where I need to be. And I was just like, yeah, I did good.
That fasting be working, like
It
for real,
do,
for real.
man.
It
It
really
do. And
does.
water, drink that water, that
Mm-hmm.
ACV, that what is it? Your green smoothies, put some ginger in it. That stuff works. Turmeric. What's another thing people do? Oh, tea as well. But limit your sugars.
But yeah, you're totally right. But I was supposed to be doing 36 today, y'all. 36 hours. I don't think I'm gonna make it though, because that cake smelled too good. But let me go up here to the sister that I just added, Amy. Go ahead, Amy.
Hey Trey, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey Trigger ladies, this is my first time hopping on. I'm watching you from South Korea. But I just wanted to make a comment, and this goes towards that M person that was up in here talking about the space is full of haters. I just wanted to say that I've noticed every time we call them out and say, what exactly is there to hate on? They don't have anything of quality to say.
Oh, were you done? Were you done, Amy?
Yes.
Okay, okay, I got you. I got you. I mean, I definitely agree. The person that was M though, their profile picture was of a white woman. So I don't even discuss anything with white people. I don't discuss anything with white people regarding race. Like if you're white, I don't care. I don't care about your perspective. I don't care about your thoughts. I don't care about your viewpoint. I don't care about what you think about the black community or black women or anything of that nature. I don't care. This is a black woman in South Asia, right? You are a black woman, right, Amy? Yeah,
Yes, I am black. I
yeah,
just
that's
lived
what I
in
thought.
South Korea.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, you guys. But I'll say, yeah, I don't talk to white people about anything at all. I never will. Like for what? Like what would be the purpose of talking to them? Like do white people talk to you about the white community and the things that they could do better, or their thoughts and perspectives on things, or do they tell you to get your black behind out of here? Like so, you have to learn to like act accordingly because they would never let you do that. And I think another reason why black people continue to stay on the bottom is because black people as a collective, black men and black women, give everybody a grace that is never given to them. And until black people stop doing that, will always be here. And even just this conversation right here, just the fact that me gatekeeping is so controversial. So many black women are pushing back against me for gatekeeping. Is if that should let you know right there that there's a serious problem with black people because there's no reason why anybody should have a problem with me gatekeeping. There should be no problem with me gatekeeping blackness against the tether, parasite like Cardi B. But however, there are black women that are upset. And that should be actually terrifying to a lot of people, like respectfully. And I think that I'm sorry if I got out of pocket, you guys, and was just like freaking out and being like really just passionate about it. But I really do feel like it's a huge problem for the black community for real, for real. And like I said, the most people that I'm concerned with are black women. But I have to kind of be concerned with you have to kind of watch what's going on with black men as well because they're connected to us, whether we want that to happen or not. Because without if there are no black men, there will be no black women moving forward because it takes both of us to make one of us, if that makes sense. But I'm just saying that the fact that I have to go back and forth like this is really is crazy. But let me go over here and let Dream Girl speak. Go ahead, Dream
Host,
Girl.
sorry, host, really quick. Do you have a moderator?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm just asking because I'm like, y'all, it should be way more likes in here. If she was downgrading black women or talking mess about somebody or something that y'all agreed with, her likes will be way higher. Come on now. This is ridiculous.
Hey guys, I'm Dream Girl Lou. I'm a recording artist and an educator from Florida, from Miami. And I agree with you. Yeah, no, I hate it. That we allow people, not only white people, but non-black people in our spaces for the smallest stuff. We defend them in our spaces for the smallest stuff, even stuff as as detrimental as our lingo. That's our culture. If they don't know what it means, don't explain it to them. It's not for them. And for number two, black women defending Cardi B over a black woman is crazy. I don't feel like the treatment that she's getting about that pregnancy she would be getting if she was black. If she was black, we watched them tear down Sierra for moving on to a man who really loves her and take care of her kids. We watched what they did to Haley, how they did all the girls who recently got pregnant, and she's pregnant by her boyfriend while she's still married. It's crazy. She's not black, and I'm tired of her like being clumped with black girls because one, she doesn't represent us well, and we have other women who parade around like her who we already have to hold accountable. We don't need somebody who's not us taking up our space. And the way that she feels, that she always shows us that she feels about black women when she beef with them, calling them roaches, calling them ugly, calling them all type of stuff. Like, no, she gets a lot of passes because she's not black, but she's allowed in our spaces. She's made money off of our spaces, and I don't like it. That's why gatekeeping and putting people in position who are actually talented, who can actually rap and stop selling their life and authenticity needs to go.
Sorry, I had to mute myself. I definitely agree with you for sure. I'm always in favor of gatekeeping. Somebody in a comment said, "Do I believe that culture should be shared?" Absolutely not. Not when it comes to black people, because anytime black people attempt to let anyone supposedly share in their culture, that's how it ends up getting erased. People start saying, "Hey, oh, we started this," or we don't. Just like right now, the fact that black women have been so inviting to Latinas and Hispanic women, You have them right now saying that they're the ones that started baby hairs, that they've been doing baby hairs the way that all of these black girls are doing baby hairs right now. That is such a it. And I had got into it with a Hispanic girl a couple days ago because of that. She said, "Oh yeah, we've been laying our baby hairs, we've been laying our edges." Use a lie. No, you haven't. No, you haven't at all. And that's what I mean. So when people want to share, supposedly share in black culture, what they want to do is they want to take from black culture. They have no intention on pouring in it. They have no intention on having respect for the people that you came from or anything. That's a problem. Let me see here. I'm gonna block this person here in the comments. Whatever. So if y'all see the person that had like the darked out profile with the smiley face, I blocked them. I could even add them up, so they got blocked. But I will say that yes, that's how you have even Latinas. Like I got into it with a Latina that was talking about that they originated long nails with the rhinestones. You know that y'all heifers wasn't wearing no long nails, no long French tips or long, the X nails with all of the designs and all of the rhinestones all over them, or getting them airbrushed with all of them designs. Y'all was not doing that. Y'all got that from black women. Period. The same with the lashes and the individuals and all of that black girls was wearing. Now I see a lot of Hispanics and Latinas wear. Now all of a sudden we all did it. Use a lie. You are a liar. And that's the reason why I do not believe in having other people share in black American culture specifically, because, and even black culture across the diaspora, because when they come to us, because people perceive black people to be lower than and less than, nobody will respect the culture that they're taking from. Now people will respect Asian culture and tell you, or respect Indian culture, like don't wear a bindi, don't wear the red dot on your forehead because it means this or that, don't do that, don't wear chopsticks crossed, don't wear kimonos, don't wear these Indian headdresses, and everybody respects that. But nobody respects black American culture or black culture at all. Black American culture is different from black culture, but y'all get what I'm saying. And that is problematic in itself, y'all. And that's why I don't believe that we as black people should let anybody do anything at all, because it will never come with respect, because people feel entitled to black bodies and black labor and everything that black people are. They want to consume us whole. They want to eat us and consume us so that nobody knows that we ever existed, but they're able to take everything that we are. So that's the reason why I don't go back and forth with none of them. If I look at your profile picture and you're not black, you got to go. I don't want to hear nothing that you got to say, but that's just me. Let me go up here to Mrs. Jamum. You can go ahead. Let me know if I mispronounced your name.
It's Jam Ham.
Jam Ham. I'm sorry about that, Miss
Oh,
Jam Ham.
that's okay. I wanted to come up and just kind of add to the conversation with respect to the appropriation of our culture, and because we were talking about Cardi B, and then that young lady, I believe she said she was from Florida and she was in the music industry. If you just look at that industry alone, for decades, the creative inspiration that has come from Black America has always been appropriated. And early on, artists like Little Richard, Otis Redding, Sam and Dave, I mean, they had their music covered by white artists and played on the radio or whatever. And our artists had to take it to another level. Pat Boone was trying to like cover Little Richard. And so what Little Richard did, that's why he got that boom bop bop, and got that flair or whatever. And he had to take it to another level to just keep Pat Boone from copying him. And so when you look at the history and the things that we've done and how we've had to excel and rise above and distinguish ourselves, then yes, we need to pay homage to that, and we do need to gatekeep. We need to, and it just is what it is. We have a rich history of contribution in the arts, and there's so much colonization, people think that cha-cha, for instance, is a Latin dance. Cha-cha originates from Africa. And we need to get a paradigm shift on who is who and what is what. And just like uh, other ethnicities gatekeep and certain things you don't do, certain things to consider disrespectful, and white people ain't really gatekeeping nothing but just their color. Other than that, they ain't really gatekeeping shit. But they, always want to appropriate, and we should gatekeep. We should stand up and say, if a person says they're mixed, or or I identify black or whatever, well, yeah, but you mixed. Because everybody want to come to the cookout till somebody show up to the cookout with some oppression. Then everybody wants to distinguish themselves and assimilate. So if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. And black people need to operate that way. I'm done.
All right, all right. I got you, Miss Jamham. I definitely agree with you for sure.
You can drop me too.
Oh, okay, all right. I appreciate you
Okay.
coming up.
Thank you.
No problem. I definitely agree. I definitely think that we should be gatekeeping, and I do think that like I said earlier, our acceptance of allowing people inside is the reason why a lot of things are claimed as people act. You have to like research, or you have to find out. Wait a minute, did black people start this? Oh yeah, they did. Just 1 second, you guys. I've been seeing all of these people today, y'all, that thought the rapture was coming today or yesterday, and I'm watching all of their videos of them go live looking depressed. So I had to call my husband in here so he could look at this video of this dude that just went live looking all sad. I mean, that was just the goofiest thing ever. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. Like, I can't even believe these people are that stupid. Like, y'all just don't even know. Like, I just been laughing about this for the past couple days. Me and my husband been laughing. He been saying like, hey, like, this the last meal I'ma cook you, or this the last thing we gonna do because we about to be gone and stuff. And this is coming from a person like, y'all know I believe in God and stuff like that, but the fact that these people could be fooled, it just means that so many people are just stupid and have no discernment. But that's a whole nother topic, y'all. Yeah, and you know what I also wanted to go to and talk about too, besides just this, is that just like PG 1908 said, we also have to talk about, when we talk about gatekeeping and stuff, we also have to talk about why it is happening. Just like PG-19 will say, it's black men. Black men are also the cause of why this is going on too. Um, like they're the actual reason that it started. But did you have anything to say, Coach?
Hey, I was gonna ask, as far as people steady want to say not to get keep, not in that. It just reminded me of your number 6 on your list. Like, what is the answer then? Like, I'm curious what people feel like the answer is, without going to, we all need each other, we all just need to accept each other, is the equivalent of, I don't see color and Blue Lives Matter, in my opinion. So what are some of the solutions that you have? Not you too, of course, but people want to say what's not right and what we shouldn't be doing. Okay, what should we be doing? Because if you ask me, we aren't angry enough. We are not mad enough for the way that we've been treated.
I mean, I definitely agree with you. I did real quick before I respond to what you said. Mythbuster in the comments said that black men aren't the exact cause, but they're definitely the perpetuators. Who's the cause, Mythbuster? I would love to hear that you answer that. Who's the cause? Let me know. Um, Number 6, I would say, just like Coach was saying, I think the way to break the programming is to build, a higher racial self-esteem inside of black women, and also to alert black women of knowing that, you know, these other races of women are not your friend. And just because someone is white does it not, just because someone isn't white doesn't mean they're automatically your friend. You know, because right now we hide behind this label of people of color, people of color, people of color. Those people of color don't like you just the way the white people don't like you. But let me go over here real quick to Zora. Go ahead, Zora.
Hey, Trick.
Hey, sis.
Hey, babes. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I saw two people last night. I was at the grocery store parking lot, and all of a sudden, all these people was there. And I was actually talking to Coach T. Was like, "What is these people there?" And she told me about the rapture. And then I saw two people. They had on all black, and they was taken up in the sky, girl. And their clothes were stripped, and then it was like this lightning bolt that came down. I was like, "Oh, wow, it's real." Um,
Stop playing, Zora.
sorry.
I was hoping that I was hoping that it would happen, but I know I'm joking though. Because if it was gonna happen, we wouldn't know anyway. That's what's so silly. And if it's gonna happen, bring my animals with me and some tacos, and I just want to see
Not the
all the legends
animals.
in concert. That's all
You
I
know,
want. I want to see
you know
all
what I
Michael
said.
Jackson, all them in concert, Prince, and that's what I want to do.
That
If I
sounds like a
can,
good time.
I want to
I
have a
said,
good time and shake
D, I
it.
said, I did see, I'm sorry to do this to people, but like I did see three people. I'm serious. I saw three people. It was like 11 o'clock at night because I go to the grocery store late, hoping nobody is there. So it was about to close. And these three people came in and they had on the Amish kind of gear and they would be okay women. And I was like, oh, I wonder if they're getting some food before they go up. But it is something because it comes off as an unalivement wish, and I'm gonna get back on topic, and a sexual desire. I don't know, but it's giving real sexual. Like I'm raptured and my clothes are stripped and God take me. I don't, it's very sexual. And I feel like that's a kink, but who am I
You
to,
I'm
know what,
sorry. I
Zora?
just have to say
I
I don't
apologize.
appreciate you putting that in my head.
I apologize. I did.
You know what I think? I'll just say this real quick, you guys. I also think that, because I was telling my husband is like, life is hard, right?
It
You got,
is.
life is very stressful. You could unalive at any time. Every day that you wake is up a blessing. You got people doing all of these things. You got to worry about bills, this, that, and the third. And I think that a lot of people are stressed out and have anxiety and they're looking for an out. And they're willing to believe anything that will possibly give them an out. And that's the way that they're being able to be preyed on, which is sad. I actually feel sorry for the people that believe, to be honest with y'all.
And them people that
It's,
be buying them labubus, them things are demonic. Them labubus. I'm not spending no $300 on that. I can just give me some Hello Kitty because I love Hello
300.
Kitty. Okay, she worth 80. I think 80 billion. 80 billion her stock is worth.
all right, I gotta restart Zora's time. Hold on, Zora. Let me restart your time, sis. Okay, go ahead,
Okay.
Zora.
Caught up in the rapture of. Okay, so I wanted to talk about it was Mythbusters for me saying it's not be okay man. I will say this, Mythbusters, to answer some of these prompts. It's that it's not be okay, you put the comment. Okay, non-black people exploited BOK people before BLM were able to sell. That's not true. That's not true. We gotta look at the Moors, we look at the continent before there was even white people who exploited the continent. BLK men had started to sell the women and children in the Arab slave trade. One, two, they had already started to practice patriarchy because patriarchy precedes colonization and any type of interaction with BLK people, period. BLK men did not see BLK women as even in their race. You can go look up a book. Yeah, look at the Moors. You can go look up a book by Bell Hooks called Ain't I a Woman? And she details with footnotes, and that's old school. So with references that BOK men on the continent, even before we got here, literally did not see BOK women as it's called Ain't I a Woman. I'll put in the thing. So yeah, that's not true. Like it starts before we even get here. And even so, when we do get here, why has there not been any defense? BOK women are the most submissive women. This is a point I was making earlier, Trig, about number two. Because it's wild to see that everybody was stuck on number two, because these people were coming in here talking about Cardi B as BOK. Despite you anyway, let me stay on because that part irritates me. I hate cognitive dissonance and delusion and people standing on it. But yeah, BOK men have told us that the women who look like Cardi B are BOK, but her brother is not. And somebody made that point earlier, and we go along with it. So we're willing to call Cardi B BOK and then let BOK men tell us not to call her brother BOK because that affects their image. So no, we're submissive to them. We're following their lead. They sold white supremacy to white men under the guise of thinking they were going to be at the table with them under bro code. So they already felt this way about the women and children because they're the first group of men to sell women and children. Generally, during a war, the women and children are spoils of the war, meaning that you have access to them after you dominate the men. That's not what happened. BOK men put the women and the children first. They did it on the continent. They did it when they, quote unquote, dominated other groups of men for a short period of time. And they did it here because Ruby Bridges, I'm going to leave it there. I did want to get to, let me just go down the proper, okay, 22 seconds. BW's constant defense of people that hate us is crazy. It's almost an ingrained, I like, you don't like that word. It's an ingrained self-devaluation. I'll do it like that. BW defending Cardi B over BW. What's new? This is crazy that she has all these charges against BOK women. She only fights BOK women. She on TV and off. She feels like she's a better, or she can replace BOK women because an Offset and a Stefan Diggs are racist against BOK women. So that says a lot. BW excusing white men cosplaying us. It's not a compliment. It's not a compliment. It's not a compliment. But I guess y'all say if BOK men do it, why can't gay WMs? That's crazy. BW participating in coonery and the one drop rule. I do want to know, and I'm not, I don't like that woman didn't answer your question. Why does the one drop rule only apply to BOK people? You asked that question, I've heard anybody answer it. BWs and the constant coddling of BOK men is connected. Number 5 is connected to 1 through 4. And number 6 is where I'm at because I'm not sure. I don't know. I really don't know because I've BOK women have like irritated me, to be honest. Like the amount of lack of value. I know it has to do with self-esteem. I do get that. We treat other people, specifically BOK men and non-BOK women, the way that BOK men treat white T women. So we can't call them out about how they don't, they sacrifice their self-value and respect for their approximation when we do the same thing with people who are not BOK women. And I'm on mute.
All right, all right. I got you. I got you, Zora. I definitely enjoyed your commentary for sure. I have not read that Bell Hooks book, and I will be looking it up. Hopefully, it's on Kindle. You said "Ain't I a Woman" by Bell Hooks, right?
Yeah, it's on Kindle and audio.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Because I will say that in my being online with you guys and talking to you, you and Supervillain as well, like it's somebody else too that gave me some information about black men's previous behavior that I was unaware of. So I will say that when sometimes people say like the system, helped destroy black men or make them into the treasonous coons that they are right now. I do think that people may really not be trying to be funny. They might really believe they might not know about other things that the context, because even when you're like, like let's say you're like, I'm a person that like really studied like black history and stuff. If you are a person that really studies certain avenues of black history, they will not put a lot of the actions that black men did to harm black women or the community up front. And if they do ever mention things, they make it seem like black men were victims. So sometimes you begin to think from the things that you read, like, oh, wow, I understand black men have done this or that, but they couldn't help it. They couldn't help it. But I do believe that that's also probably, not even probably, but that's also a programming. You know what I'm saying? Of like, of black women, to where it will also help you or enable you or put you in a state of coddling black men because you think, oh, look what happened to them. They got a bad shake. They didn't really mean to do all of this. You know what I'm saying, Zora?
I do, and I'm glad you said that because usually I'm pretty well even with BOK women who believe that way because I am her. I'm you, I'm her, meaning that just recently, within the last 5 years, did I understand that book called The Miseducation of the BOK person, The Miseducation of the Negro, was BOK men's programming of us. I didn't understand that it needed to be a book called The Miseducation of the Black Woman because I minored in African American studies, history. I didn't understand that me getting away from the white supremacy bent didn't mean that I was getting away from oppression, but I thought that what they said and how they presented it as our history, and do you get what I'm saying? They at a high level, this is what I'm saying, at a high level, at the university level, they're telling us we were kings and queens. At an independent study level, which is a lot of my studies, they're telling us that like, oh, be okay, men, we were happy. I mean, they speak like white people speak about slavery. It's how be okay men speak about the continent before slavery. Like it's, oh, we were treating the women so well. So I didn't know. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a passion I have because I did not freaking know. I had no clue that these niggas was betrayers. These nignots were betrayers from the beginning. I didn't understand that. And to know that you've been bamboozled after you've overthrown one type of oppression as a person, as a BOK woman, as a human, it's a grief process. So I'm glad you brought that back up because generally it does bother me because it's a betrayal and it's a betrayal wound. It's not just like something that's simple to accept, and there's steps. So now we're actually at number 6 when you really think about it. I'm so glad you said that because part of it is understanding. Coach T and I have had this conversation that we have to tell our own history. And I've been saying for a long time that BOK women's history is not BOK men's history. It's very, very, very different. And then I'll be able to use things like Ruby Bridges because I still don't understand what kind of daddy put her on the front lines like he did. I don't understand that. I don't understand why Bill came in, rode out with the babies and put the dark-skinned Black girls who they disparage as women on the front lines when they march as if some pew-pews can bounce off them. Do you get what I'm saying? It's fundamentally effed up. So to even give them the system is me not understanding BOK men set me up for that. I had no clue. I don't even F with them like that. And I was ambient. So we
You
are
know what,
programmed.
Zora? I was just thinking, like, right now, while you were speaking, right? Something else I think is that I think that we have been programmed even on a level that we don't even realize that we even would coddle Black men to the degree that where we feel like it's a shocker that Black men, would be disloyal to us and they would harm us or put us in harm's way when men in general do that to women. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you look at what's going on right now in like Afghanistan and a lot of the Arab countries, how horribly they're treating their women, how they take the little girls that are like 8 and 9 and marry them and grape them, and how they have the women all covered up. Now they have to wear the full hijab and the full everything covered from head to toe. And now they even have them covering one eye up, and all of they doing all of these horrible things, and then all of the things that the men do to the women in Australia, like the white people over there. So I'm trying to hit all of the different races. How badly and horribly the Indian men treat the Indian women. I just saw a video of a teenage girl being smothered to death on a bus full of men, and other men were looking and laughing as she was being smothered. I saw that on Twitter. And all of these other places. I saw another young Black woman. She was in, I forgot what African country she was in. But it's one that we don't speak about that often. They had her swinging from a tree with her arms tied behind her back because they didn't like what she said about something, and they said right after they took that video of her, they unalived her. So you think about all of the Asian women. I can't tell you how many videos that I've seen on Twitter of Asian women being unalived in the streets, chased down. I saw some video of this man that was mad at his wife. He in Asia. I can't remember what country it was though. He had a big knife and he was trying to stab her in her brain stem. And he did manage to do that, but I don't know, somebody else ended up disarming him, so I don't know if he was able to unalive her because the video cut off. So it's like, why did we think that Black men were the exception, that they wouldn't also be like this to us? Is that how deep our brainwashing goes, or no?
I think so. I think it's too, you know what, as you were talking, it made me think of, because white tea men don't accept them as men, we don't either. We just call them that. So we treat them, we're the men in the community. We treat them as the women. So we think it's our job to protect them. This is what so it's like, I'm glad you made that because I never put that together. Like, it's the intersection of no other group of men see them as men, right? They see them as dominated men, right? And then we have taken that on like, oh, because they're dominated, they're not men. Literally. Like, in our heads, we don't go to those examples and put BOK men in that line of all those examples you listed, which is horrible, by the way. We excuse them by saying if they weren't programmed by other men, then they wouldn't be behaving this way. No, they're men, they're males, and we're skipping over that to kings as if kings aren't male driven. It's very sneaky. It's very subversive. I never even thought about it, that intersection, because we excuse their behaviors as if they're not men, because we're saying to ourselves, well, they never got a chance to be a man. So I do want to say, Mythbuster, I kind of came a little, you know what I'm saying, strong, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I'm mindful about how I show up. And then I think the other piece, because I saw a comment as you were talking, someone would kind of was addressing what you were saying. Emmett Till is a whole story. You hear me? Like, I just thought about that we don't, in our minds, we have Emmett Till as the ultimate, like, kind of woundedness, but we don't go to that image. That image was it's in my head now, Triggered. The one of the girl, you said, the African girl who was, you know what I'm saying, strung up. I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
we can
yeah.
say.
Yeah,
Like,
were arms tied behind her back and stuff. It was
arms tied.
crazy.
Yeah,
And her
we're,
arms were like bent at this like unholy angle.
oh my God. Like, we have our own images of that. We do, and we don't go there. We go to Emmett Till. And I'm going to say this, let me just say it straight. Like, Emmett Till had 3 men in that house, and they had a pew pew in there. And it was the BOK woman who came outside and fought those, white T men. Emmett Till's father unalived the same way he did, with the same accusation, as a man in the military. The military took him out. I don't know if y'all know that, but the military took him out for being charged and convicted of sexual assault of 2 white T women in Italy. So while we're defending their right to whistle at a known errorist with a T, we're not even in our mind can pull up an image that's the same image as the one you just said in Africa. And although we have those same images, and BOK men have participated in that. So it's deep. It is deep. And there's a word for it. And next time I'm in spaces where we're talking about this, Trigger, I'm in your space when you're talking about this, I'll come with it, but because I can't remember it right now. But
Okay.
I don't think we recognize the depth of it. No, I'm with you on that.
I did have a question for D, because D, in the comments you said that that's why we got to stop being masculine. And I just wanted to ask you, like, what is acting masculine to you? Like, what do you consider Black women acting masculine? Because I always want to question like the thought process behind that. Because I don't think that, I don't agree in those labels. I feel like because what is that? You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, I got you. I got you.
So what I mean is we got to stop doing their job, meaning like doing all their work. That's what I mean by masculine. Like always doing what they need to be doing. Like they are a man. Let them do their job. Like stop stop giving them the answers to everything. Stop being a mama. Stop coddling them. That's what I mean by like stop. We got to stop doing everything for them.
Which I'm struggling with that, because I think that first of all, it's made up. But I do think in a patriarchy, I say the same thing. I don't think that we should be fighting on their behalf. But
Yeah.
whatever they call masculinity is actually owed to us, meaning that it's in the no. I gave birth. I'm not even having any children, but BOK women, as the first people on this earth, gave birth to everything that comes afterwards. So we are both the feminine and the masculine. We should, whatever they're calling masculinity, actually literally belongs to the feminine, right? They've
Mhm.
separated in patriarchy, and that's fine. They can have that. But what we haven't done is claim our natural right to be superior, to be honest, to be like, and to do it on our own behalf. So they're never going to do it. So for me, and I'm not sure, I don't know what you're saying, D. I don't know if you're going this angle. I just want to kind of address it, to
Mhm.
kind of tighten it up.
Mhm.
For me, there is no let them be masculine, because the masculine is submissive to me. Naturally, it seems submissive because it depends on the feminine for its life, literally. So they're actually in that extent the most masculine, because they're the most, I don't know how to say it without saying inferior, but they're the least productive. The feminine is productive. It literally
Mm-hmm.
is. So we have to be able to use that energy to take care of ourselves. But it's like all of a sudden we're like, we can't. I don't. You didn't say this, but we can't wait on them to do anything. They need to take care of themselves and their sons. That's how I feel. But that's a radical point of view. I think we have to allow them to do that. Meaning to not do it, because they're not going to do it. So we have to get out the way of their direct engagement with the system, which is what they're doing, is actually putting us and telling YT people, I've heard them do it over and over, hey, it's the BOK woman who's masculine. She's the one. Meanwhile, we have to like be able to use that for ourselves. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure where you were going with that, but I just wanted to.
So we need to, that's what I'm saying. Like I agree with, that's where I'm going with it. Like I feel like we really need to just sit back and chill. Like literally.
No, but I'm not saying that.
But
I'm
we
saying something
can't though.
else.
Because we have to, so for instance, we have to be masculine to a certain extent. We do. And I get that. Because there are things that we were not taught. And we have to be strong, right? So that's what I mean, like with the masculinity part. Like we
You might
shouldn't have to be that
a little bit.
strong. We should have
Remember
to
we got
let
into our
that
little.
go when we meet a good man, you know?
I'm just saying, like, we got into our little banter yesterday, and I really was being like easy, but
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm like. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that you may do well to kind of unpack some of that, because there's
Mm-hmm.
something in there that we're saying different things. Because the masculine isn't what they say. It's not what they're saying. That's a lie. That's what I'm saying. It's a lie.
They're confusing it, but however, we do as people gotta I'm not coddling no men. I'm just not gonna do that. I'll be dominant all day. That's fine. You can call me dominant all you want to. Like men have called you dominant, you too dominant. I don't want no dominant female. I said, so I've dated men and they've never had issues with me being dominant. They never questioned if I was being masculine or any of that feminine energy, none of that stuff. But it's always like the sassy acting men that say these things. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but I think that even the men who don't quote unquote have a problem with you being dominated, they're there mostly to extract. So they don't care that you're doing, you know what I'm saying, how it goes, as long as they get something from it. So
Well,
it's
no, they
still
were
kind of a
good
masculine
guys
point of
though.
view. Is what I'm saying, to
But they
like
were good
call, and
guys
then
though.
to
They
say
weren't
that BOK women are
horrible.
masculine when it's like
Yeah.
feminine.
But like they
Okay,
weren't
then.
bad people though. The good guys that I've dated, because I've had great guys in my life. Yeah. But the ones that
As
always were questioning me, that's when it was like, oh my
guys
God,
with,
I can't with these men. I can't.
Okay.
yeah.
I want to say something, but I don't know how to say it, and say it with like tact. So I'll just be quiet.
No, say
I
it. Say it.
nah.
No, but I respect you enough to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want to offend you, D, because I just I'll just say I think that maybe you might want to I think you still have a little bit more work to do on some of your thought processes, and
Okay.
on just like the dynamics of like you know men and women, black men, and just a lot of things. But I think that it will come to you. I just think that it'll take time. That's all.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up here to Shanice, and then Mr. Jammingham, and then you guys, I'm gonna end the live, y'all. Okay, go ahead, Shanice. I'll set your timer
Hi,
for you.
Triggered.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. So I get what Dee is saying in regards to not, be masculine and let these men do what they're supposed to do. But I'm just gonna give you an analogy. Even back in the olden days in the kingdom, right? With the king and the queen. If it was a case where the king was allowed to do everything without consulting the queen, it would be chaos. I understand what she's saying, where she's saying that let them do whatever they want to do and we should just back off because it's masculine, quote unquote. But as Zora said, we are the feminine. We embody them. And I feel like there has to be like a balance in the middle. Yes, we shouldn't take over everything and be masculine, but even back in the kingdom, as I said, if the king was allowed to do everything without consulting the queen, it would be chaos. Because men are very erratic. They don't think things through like us as women. That's why they say we're emotional, we're blah, 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 we're this and that. You know what I mean? So I feel like it should be like a middle ground. Allow them to be men, do what they need to do, but also they need advice, they need counseling from us as women. So that's just my point.
Okay,
And that's what I was trying to say. Like, yes, we should have that. It should be a balance. Like, if there's certain things I don't want to do, that somebody meet me. Like, it should be a balance. Like, I shouldn't have to think all the time for certain things, you know? If that makes sense.
okay, all right, you guys. I'm gonna go up here to Miss Jamham. Go ahead, Miss Jamham.
Yes, ma'am. I came back because I wanted to put my 2 cents in this conversation. If you are a married woman, then you have a vested interest in the man's behavior because you all have intertwined your life. And so, in that case, if you feel like you need to coddle him or whatever it is you need to do, that's your husband and that's your business. For single women that are in relationships and those situationships that are real popular nowadays, y'all need to handle y'all business and take care of yourself and let whoever it is that you seeing figure it out and learn how to look at that man and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, bless your heart," or whatever, you know, and move on, move around. And that's just it, period, point blank. Single women need to be looking out for themselves and taking care of themselves. And as a woman, whether you are married or single, you should always be cognizant of what's going on in your life. You don't turn everything just over to your husband. You need to know things because anything could happen besides a bad marriage. It could just be some life event that just changes everything, the unexpected. And so you should always be aware and you know of what is going on and your in and giving your input on the decisions that you all make and so forth. But there's no such thing as being intelligent, independent, capable, responsible or whatever that has a tag that says masculine on it. Those are really the traits of a well-rounded human being. And so we need to kind of get out of those labels of masculine and feminine as it relates to how you conduct your life. Because if you are a single woman, you are the one that is responsible for your life and your lifestyle. And so you should not let, any man tell you what you are. When y'all go and get his and her pap smears, then maybe it'll be something that y'all could share, where he could then to define for you what womanhood is. Until y'all go and get couple pap smears, do not allow a man to define for you what your womanhood is. And I think I'll land there.
All right, all right, all right. I got you. I got you. I'll just say this last thing before I get out of here. I just don't like the labels of masculine and feminine directed to black women specifically because I feel like it's always to elicit a certain type of response or a certain type of behavior. to get black women to either do something or not do something. It's you know what I'm saying, and I always feel uncomfortable about that. And I also feel like it's uncomfortable to have it a discussion at the men that we have in our community. Like if we were ever going to talk about gender roles and masculinity and what a man is supposed to be doing, black men are in no position to ever tell anybody about what they should be doing. You know what I'm saying? As far as masculinity or femininity, you know what I mean? I because and this might be a weird thought, but there are so many women, black women that that go through things that they don't want to, that accept mistreatment that they don't want to, that bend over backwards trying to fit themselves as a circle into a square peg, you know, based on what other people perceive what femininity is supposed to look like in a black woman, or what how they're not supposed to be masculine or this, that, and the third. And those terms are responsible for so many black women and having a poor self-image and allowing so many things to be done to them. I try to stay away from using that type of wording because of that alone, regardless of the other context that may apply to whatever we're talking about. I just try not to use those words because how many black women have been beat down and been coerced to do things because of that, because they feel like, oh, I don't want to be this or that. You know, I don't know if I know that's probably not online with everything that y'all are saying, but I mean, I just can only say my point of why I really get really uncomfortable with those type of words. Now, I do believe that black women are divine feminine. That you know, our femininity is the most potent out of every race of woman on the planet. And you know, I don't want us to be ashamed to call ourselves feminine or to, you know, identify with our femininity, but I don't believe that is everything that we are. Like Zora was saying, we also do contain a masculinity as well, you know. So there's no way that we could have survived without it. So I don't know, I guess I look at it differently, but I really try not to use the term feminine either. So it's not like I'm just singling out masculinity. I try not to use feminine a lot, really, or masculinity, just because I know that those terms have been weaponized and also used to get black women to be complicit or comply to a lot of horrible treatment, if that makes sense. And even like using a word like T-phobic, I don't even, that's another word that I feel I actually reject as well when it comes to having conversations about women, or more specifically black women. I reject the term T-phobic. I reject the term cis, because all of these terms are also rooted in getting black women to comply with things that they do not want to comply with. And it's also rooted in putting things on women, black women specifically, that other people are able to not have to deal with. Because nobody has any problems with other people having spaces for themselves, like T women or G men or whoever. Those people can have spaces that's just for them, but those particular terms are weaponized against, and I only care about black women, so I'm going to say black women specifically, even though it's a women as a whole that is weaponized against, to get women to comply, to get black women to comply, to say, oh, I'm going to ignore and say that you have the same struggles that I do. You have the same this, that, and the third. I can't claim my own identity. I can't say that there's a separation between me and you. And those words are weaponized against black women. So just like I reject femininity and masculinity, I reject T-phobia, because at the end of the day, nobody's phobic against anybody. You saying you don't agree, even if the worst things that you said was you don't agree or I don't believe that you're this, that's not a phobia. That's my belief system. And I have the right as a human being to believe what I want to believe without you trying to force me to believe what your reality is. And the same thing with cis. You want someone to call you certain things and accept your reality that you have for yourself, but the reality that I have for me is not respected. you're still going to push on what you think I should be called, which is insanity. Misogynoir is not inherently T-phobic. Misogynoir is applied to black women, black biological women only. That's who it means. And that's who it's for. You can try to switch it and twist it to mean something else, but that's not what it means. Misogynoir is as a hatred or dislike for black women, not black men, not black men who pretend to be women, but it is for black women. And it's just that simple. Like in Hoodoo Spice, like I already knew when you came in here that you was on some BS. I could tell by your bio. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. But it is what it is. You can accept that or not. But you not accepting it doesn't make what I'm saying not to be true. Period. Like, how in the world is misogynoir going to apply to black men with penises? Like, what are we talking about? Do they have a penis or not? So how in the world does that apply to black women too? Like, do you understand how insane that is? Misogynoir and ideologies like yours is the reason why black women have no safe spaces. None. That's the reason why there's no place for a biological black woman to go to have a safe space for her and her sisters. Because of that thought process right there. And you can laugh all you want, but ain't nothing funny. Ain't nothing funny about it at all. And women like you are like really the downfall of the black female community. Honestly, the downfall. Because you will put a man above a woman all day, every day. You will let a man tell you what femininity is, what it's not, what womanhood is, and what it isn't. And then let them tell you that they're just like you. Do you all know how nuts that is? But then you'll talk about fight the patriarchy, fight the patriarchy, fight the patriarchy. Doesn't the patriarchy have a penis, sister? Or no? Or does it not? Or does the patriarchy change when you put a wig on and get some fake boobs and then mangle your penis to look like a fake representation of a vagina? Not to mention that 95% plus of T women don't even get bottom surgery. So you're actively advocating for people with penises, which are what? Men. So you're no freedom fighter. You're no friend to women. You're really not. If we want to talk about somebody that's misogynist, you would be misogynist. You would have internalized misogynoir yourself. Like, do you understand how nuts that is or no? Like, and I'm just not here for that. Like, y'all weirdos, it's like always y'all ones that got the little septum piercing and all of that other stuff and talk about T-phobia this and T-phobia that. Oh, I'm not going to let a man tell me what to do. A man can't tell me nothing. I'm going to abort all male babies. But then y'all will turn around and let a man with a wig on tell you everything to do. Like, what? I literally watched a video of a T woman today talking about her pH balance being thrown off. What? How in the world is your pH balance being thrown off when you don't have a vagina? You see what I'm saying? That's what you allow to happen when you go down this road of insanity. Like, what? Like, I I don't know what to say. And I'm sorry, I'm not saying that everybody that has a septum piercing is like this. I'm just saying that a lot of the women that I see, they look a certain type of way. And the septum piercing is like almost like an identifier for some at this point, if y'all get what I'm saying. They have a certain aesthetic. And that's part of the aesthetic. But that's not to say that it's everybody. So no disrespect. Um but yeah, I'm just saying it's just nuts. And like, there's no way you can tell me that men are the enemy, men are this, men are that, women need to fight back, women need to take power of their bodies and take power of their femininity and not let men tell them what to do, but then you let somebody with a penis tell you everything. I mean, that's mental illness that you can't even make that connection. Like, because that is a very logical statement that I'm saying. But y'all cannot understand it because where you're coming from is from a place of illogic, it's a lack, excuse me, it's a lack of logic, a lack of rationale. That's the reason why you can't even comprehend it, because your mind has been so twisted. It's actually scary. Like I said, it's actually terrifying to me that it's so many of y'all that are this delusional and confused. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's act like I said, it's terrifying.
I don't. Can I say one thing? I don't even think it's mental illness on time. I just think they just don't care. I just think they want to make
Um,
excuses.
I
Like
feel like
some of
for
it, yes, but not
I
all.
feel
Some
like
of them just want to deny it.
as a woman, if you're a woman
Okay, yeah.
and you have a vagina and you say that you're fighting for women, but you acknowledge or you think that a person with the penis is on the same level with you that you want to fight for. I think that that's got to be some type of mental illness, because
My
it
bad.
goes
My bad.
against
I thought
all
you was talking
common
about the
sense.
men. Never mind. Yes, it is a
Um,
mental illness. It is a mental illness with us.
oh,
Yes.
thanks so much for coming up, Zora. Hopefully, I didn't offend you with what I said, Zora. If I did offend you, I apologize, but it's really how I feel. Let me go up here to Supervillain, and then I'll go to Sean.
Yeah, so I'm going to be as brief as I can and careful as I can. You already know how I feel about the situation, Trey. Sidebar, that what's it called? Bullhorn piercing. I swear to everything I love, me and T literally just said that last night in the group chat. It's so funny how you brought that up. Literally, oh, about 12 hours ago, you were on a group chat talking about that. Anyway, back to, I just want to specifically talk about the misogyny versus trans thing, and I'm gonna be careful because you know how they like to do on lives. It absolutely grinds my gears, and that's such an insult to our ancestors when they try to conflate the two. When black women weren't considered women, it was to remove their humanity. But these people knew that black women were women. That's why they started the practice of gynecology on black women. If they did not think they were women, why didn't they use horses or pigs or any other female animal? They knew black women were women. It was just an excuse to do inhumane science projects on black women. When they say that men with identity crisis are not women, it's not to remove their humanity. It's because they're not effing women. They're grown ass men with identity crisis. Y'all not going to disrespect my ancestors by trying to conflate the two. That is so, when they say it's misogynist, y'all are so dumb. It is so racist to let them get away with that. They don't even understand. And I don't even blame the specific demographic trick. It's always the advocates for me. The advocates are liars. I'm gonna say these last two things because I'm gonna be careful. Number one, especially when it comes to things like the bathroom, the last like line of defense that we have. These women are so treacherous. They had that defense growing up, and our answer, and the ones before us had it growing up, and they want to take away the one line of defense that we have, the one separation we have left. You want to validate grown men with identity crisis at the expense of, say, you don't care about women, young ladies and little girls coming up. You had that protection, but you want to take it away from our daughters, our nieces, our little sisters to validate men with identity crisis. Guess what? Even if they use the women's bathroom, they're still not gonna feel like a woman. You know why? Because they won't ever be. And I'm gonna lastly say this: they like to get away with saying genitals don't matter this, genitals don't matter that. Fine. I'm not going to discredit what you feel. My question is, out of all the things and differences that go on, whenever y'all, and it's the liberal feminists, by the way, whenever y'all fake liberal feminists want to talk about the things that harm women. Y'all don't never bring up unequal education around the world, unequal representation in law, in government. The first thing y'all bring up is sexual abuse. But then when it turn around and tell us that genitals don't matter when it deciding what a woman or a man is. Do you see how Trick? I really feel like there's a group of men on the somewhere in the corner just laughing. Could you imagine history books 100 years from now? 2025 feminist women were the one who allowed men to say that they're women. We're a laughing joke. And I like to separate myself because I am a feminist, but I'm a radical feminist. I'm not these liberal feminists that think that men and women are equal and all that. No, men and women are different. And in fact, women deserve a whole lot more rights than men because of their degenerate behavior. I just had to throw that out. And I feel like it's a serious slap in the face of my ancestors when they conflate misogyny war with transphobia, because it was to remove our humanity. They're telling these men, like you said, with penises, that they ain't women and they won't ever be. It's not the same thing, and it's a slap to our ancestors. I won't tolerate that. I'm gonna yield there. Thank you, Trick.
All right, all right. I appreciate you, super villain. All right, let me go up here to Sean. Go ahead, Sean.
Hi, yes, I just wanted to speak on number two in the prompt, the black women defending Cardi B um over the black woman, I guess, Crystal. So I understand both perspectives. I've never seen this twist on this conversation, but I understand both perspectives. I see Cardi B as basically living for herself, and I guess Crystal is showing like from the perspective of the children, and I understand both sides, but I mean, as a black woman who's been through something similar to what Cardi B has been through, I'm really happy for her because, and I'm not defending her. I think she just gives all women and women that look like us the opportunity to see that,
Us.
hey, you can be really hurt. Yeah, because what happened to her was so bad. I mean, something similar happened to me, and you can just move on and move forward. I never saw it as a us versus them as because she's Hispanic. So I don't think the lady Crystal's getting such backlash because she's black. I think she's just giving a different perspective because she's thinking about the children. And what I think people, the big picture is that you can move on from that hurt and pain. I think that's what Cardi B is really representing. Like, I think that she's just showing that,
Star,
yeah,
can I
you
say
can really
something?
be in, yeah.
No,
Sorry,
no,
sorry,
no,
Trigger.
no, no. Let her finish because this is it's rough listening to what she has to say. I'm trying to hurry up and get through it. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Sean.
yeah, no. And I mean, that's what I see. I don't think black women are defending her against another black woman. I understand Crystal's point. But I'm happy for Cardi B, and I'm not like defending her. I think I'm happy for her because she shows that you can move on from a bad situation.
Okay, I
And so
got you. I got you. All right,
that's
I'm gonna
where
stop you
my
right there.
perspective. Yeah.
All right, so let me just say this.
Mhm.
Everything that you said, right, is literally insane. First of all, Cardi B is not you. It's not an us. She's not a black woman. You're not on the same level. If you were a famous celebrity and you did what she did right now, which is be with a man that was for the streets, marry him, get cheated on, get disrespected, be acting ghetto, acting ratchet, acting crazy out of pocket, get online and tell everybody that you were having intercourse with another man while you were pregnant, while a baby was in your stomach, and then turn around and get with a man that has on record an interview with all of his teammates saying that they would least want him to be with their sisters. Every man saying, oh, him. I would never want him to be with my sister. And these are all athletes which already have questionable character, but yet they chose him to be the worst of the worst. Nobody would be telling you that you made a great decision. Nobody would be telling you, oh, you can heal and get over the hurt. How in the world is this good for black women or good for an example for you to see when this woman don't even have known this man for a year yet? When he has two children that are under the age of 6 months right now that he's fighting over custody or figuring out if he's the pappy or not, and has other women pregnant at the same time as her. When he was also seen on a boat giving booger sugar out to other women. In what world is that healing and moving on or doing better? Or is that making the same dumb mistake that you just made with the next man? Like, and this is the reason why I really feel like a lot of black women, this is why y'all get online and talk about how somebody knocked your head between the washer and dryer and you didn't know it. Or how, oh my gosh, look at me. I'm with this man. I'm paying all the bills. Or how this man is cheating on me for the 11th time is because a lot of y'all have no discernment. Because there's no way you can tell me that you have discernment as a black woman if you see yourself in Cardi B in her situation in any way. Or if you think that what she did is anything other than embarrassing and degrading and disgusting. If Cardi B was a black woman a unambiguously black woman, because Cardi B isn't a black woman at all. And for the lady that was talking about, oh, are we talking about mixed people, whatever? If you look at Cardi B's daddy, is that a black daddy? No. If you look at Cardi B's mama, is that a black mama? No. So beyond we talking about mix this, mix that, that's not a black woman. She admitted that she wasn't a black woman, which is what you can clearly see. All you have to do is go to YouTube and look it up. So if what we're talking about is beyond talking about the kids, if Cardi B was not what she is, which is not a black woman, there's no way that y'all would be giving her the grace that she is getting right now. Period. Nobody gave it to Sierra. And Sierra only had one baby by Future. Yes, it was a dumb decision. Nobody still give her grace right now.
That's my
No,
point. I'm seeing it from that perspective that a woman was in a relationship and she moved on.
yeah, let
That's
me
what I'm
ask you a
saying. I
question.
don't
How
know
did you
all the
see?
ins and outs. I'm
Let me
just
ask you
saying,
a question. I like to focus on what people are saying. That way you can see the insanity of your own words. You don't need me to make the decision for you. You said that Cardi B's showing you that you can move on and be happy. In what world would you think that the example that she's showing you and the world is her moving on and being happy? Like, you really think that, Sean, or are you
I
trolling?
do. I do. I think so. Just
So
like
you think
Sierra. They
having a
were
baby
both in
by
a
a man?
bad
So
situation
you
and
think,
they
okay,
moved on.
wait a minute. So you think having a baby that you've known by a man that has multiple women impregnated at the same time as you and also has children under the age of 6 months, you think that's moving on properly? And that's something that you should be happy for somebody for? And they're not even divorced from their first husband? You think that's somebody that's something you should say, oh yeah, that's great. You think that for real?
I'm not them. I'm not in their relationship. What I'm saying
No.
from the picture, what I
Beyond
see
their
from what I
relationship,
don't know. I
seeing
don't
what you
follow. I
see.
don't know
No,
that he
you
had
do
another
follow.
baby.
You do. Okay, so once again, I'm gonna have to interrupt you so we can stay on topic. So that you can see what you're saying is crazy, because the way you're thinking, that's gonna represent your own life, is not gonna work out correctly. So what I'm saying is, you said you said we don't know these people. You feel like you do. You feel like you know the situation is why you said you were happy for her. So what I'm saying is, what you know that you've seen publicly play out and what I just said, you think that's a woman that you should be happy for. If your sister was doing that, if you had one, you would say, great, sis, you're doing a great job.
Absolutely, she's living her life and
Oh,
she
okay.
worried
All right.
about
Then I got you.
nothing.
Then you're a
I mean,
bird
check
brain.
out my
I
yeah.
got you. Then you're a bird brain and you can't be saved. Like, there's no way to save you. You're a bird brain. You're like, I'm not going to talk to you and continue to have the conversation because you're a bird brain. And I'm tired of, like, we have to pull these punches. Like, the way that y'all like are giving this grace to Cardi B, I don't give grace to Cardi B and I'm not giving grace to you. You're a bird brain. If you think a woman that has already admitted to having intercourse unprotected with a man that's not the child's father, then turn around and have a baby and impregnate yourself right before a tour by a man that everybody has said his teammates, the people that associate with him day in and day out, has poor character, is caught on a boat giving booger sugar to women that he's flirting with while he's with you. You think that that's a good job in living your life? I know that if you really believe that truthfully, Sean, that your life is in utter chaos. You have no respect for yourself and you have no respect for your children. And you can say that you're still married. I'm married too. But the difference in marriage is that I can guarantee you, with your thought processes and your decision making, that your marriage isn't like mine. I can guarantee your husband somewhere cheating and knocking your head between the washer and dryer because you don't have any discernment. So what type of marriage do you have? I know that it's piss poor and it's terrible because your discernment is in the gutter, it's in the trash, it's in the toilet. Because the fact that you would even say that means that there's something mentally wrong with you. Like, respectfully, like, you need to book an appointment with a therapist ASAP. And I don't mean ASAP. I mean ASAP, ASAP, ASAP. Like T.I. ASAP, ASAP. That's what you need to do. For real. That's ridiculous. Like, you need some help, honestly. Now let me finish and go ahead and go to Trad Life. You were saying a lot of things in the comments about blackness and about Cardi B, and I felt like I was processing them properly. But let me listen to you with your voice. That way I can understand truly where you're coming from about Cardi B and what you perceive her to be. And Sean, before I well, just 1 second, Trad Wife, where you said I'm on the chat talking about another woman's life. Cardi B is a public figure. She's talked about other people in their lives. There's nothing wrong with me doing that. And I was just a woman talking on the chat about another woman's life when you brought yourself up here to talk about it. So you knew that then. So you were doing the same thing. You're a person in the chat talking about you're happy for a woman that's engaged in bird brain behavior that you don't even know. That's worse than me talking about somebody. So what are you talking about? What you're doing is even worse. So what are we talking about? I'm gonna block you. Get out of here. I can't talk to a bird brain. Get out. Get out. The stupidity is annoying me. All right, so let me keep going. Trad, you can go ahead, Trad.
Oh no, I was just well, to answer your first question, I view her as what she is, a mixed race girl. I was just confused because I've experienced being thrown in and out of blackness as a mixed person. And so I know that like sometimes mixed people we're allowed to be just black. Sometimes it's demanded of us when it's convenient. And
I
then
don't.
when we're
Do you have
yeah,
a white
no, I'm
mother?
not
Black
no,
trad
I don't
white.
no,
Who's
no.
your what's your racial makeup? What's your parents racial races?
I'm black and Asian.
Okay, so do you have an Asian mother or father?
Neither. Both my parents are mixed race.
Okay, both of your parents are mixed race. Okay, so let me say this. I don't do that. You have two mixed race parents. So I would look at you as a mixed race person. I don't think that you're black. You never will be black. You're not black. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with you not being black. I don't require that out of mixed people or biracial people. The only people that you would even feel comfortable to even say that, like you see how you're saying yourself the black trad wife, you wouldn't call yourself the Asian trad wife simply because you know that that wouldn't be tolerated in the Asian community. They wouldn't look at you that way. And that's the
Whoa,
problem here is that people
that's
feel like
not.
you can come to black people and we're supposed to take the mixed people, the biracial people, the people that want to cosplay as us. We're the dumpster for everybody in the community. And that's not what we should be. If
Well,
you're a
can I
mixed
just say,
race
in my
person, it,
experience,
it
in
if you're a mixed race person, you should be creating community amongst other mixed race people that understand your plight and your struggle. It's not my responsibility as a black person to coddle you and call you a black woman when you're not. You're not,
well, can
and
I
you
just
never
say
will be.
that? Can I just say that? In my experience, it's black people that demand that I say that I'm
I
just
just
black.
said that.
It's
I don't want to talk about black people that aren't on this panel. I'm telling you that there are a lot of black people that don't demand that of you. It's a lot of black people that say, hey, you should stay right over there in the mixed race box that you're in. You're not black. So what I'm
well,
saying
I
is
look
that
black
I
enough. So
don't do
now
that.
what?
What?
What do I do? What do you do? I'm pretty sure I look just like you. So what
It
happens
doesn't matter
then?
what you look like. You're not me. You never will be. You're not a monoracial black person. I got a black mama, a black daddy, two black sets of grandparents, and two black sets of great great grandparents, and another two black sets of great great grandparents. So you're not me. I don't care what you look like. You're not. The culture is not there. It's not in your veins like me, and it never will be. So you are different from me. And the reason why you feel like it's cool to come over here and do that and not the Asian side is because black people have tolerated and allowed you to do that. And I'm saying that this is a new day. It's 2025 and more black people are getting on board with not allowing that because it's not a reality. You're not a black woman. And actually, it's a slap in the face for you to call yourself one. You know what I'm saying? It's disrespectful. And people accept white people that say, hey, we don't use the one drop rule here. You're not white. People accept that fine. People accept Asian people. I've watched so many Blasian people talk about their experiences over there in Asia and the fact that the Asians say, hey, you're not Asian. You never will be Asian. And that's fine. Those Asian people accept it and move forward. But for some reason, black people, you accept to be like, oh, yes, you're black. Oh, you look like me. You look like me, that's fine. And I dare I say you probably don't look like me. But I don't know until I open up. You got your page open? Let me go see.
Oh, no, I mean, I could just turn on my camera.
Yeah, turn on your camera. Let me see.
Hold on, let me see how I do that. Oh, hold on, let me fix myself because I don't have on a shirt. Sorry.
But I really do think that these conversations are necessary because the
No,
easier
I
we
agree.
get.
I agree with you though because when people with because I grew up, like I said, I have two Blasian parents. My Blasian parents taught me I was Blasian, and they taught me to be proud of that, right? And so anytime people would meet me, they'd be like, "Oh, what are you mixed with?" And then I say I'm Blasian. They're like, "Oh, you can't be Blasian. You're just black. You look just black. You're black. You're black." So I'm not gonna argue with people like, "Okay, it's not that serious." Yes, I am black. And so to make it easier for other people, I just say I'm Black until they ask, like, oh, so if you're Black, why do you have this about you? Why do you have that about you? And then that's when I say it. I don't believe that mixed people should be identifying as just Black because I feel like that's erasure. But from my existence and my life as a Black presenting mixed person, people get very, very angry when you're mixed and you look too Black.
Yeah, and
That's
that's what
my
I'm
lived
saying.
experience.
I think that like you have people that are they are considered like somebody like Halsey that is a white passing biracial woman with a Black parent, but she's considered white passing, and she still comes to the Black community for people to look at her as Black. I think that this is just what happens in the Black community because even though she's white passing, right? White people still are not going to allow Halsey into the white community and call her white.
But you know
So
what you were saying?
even though you look more on the Black side, I will say that the people that you have managed to come in contact with are self-hating. And unfortunately, in the Black community, we have a very big problem with people that participate in all acts of coonery, self-hatred, internalized self-hatred, and all of these things. And the reason why I have these lives is to have Black people unpack that.
And
So
can I just say that
yeah.
you said something so true? I've never really experienced this, but what you said about like I could never be like, oh, um, well, I can say I'm Korean. Like, no Korean would ever be like, you're not Korean. They wouldn't be weird like that, but they would be like, oh, ¿dónde? And then I've had to obviously be like, oh, I'm Korean and Black, and then they'll be like, oh, obviously. But they protect their identity way more than I feel Black Americans do. And I feel like exactly like what you said, like they just give it out to everybody, everybody, everybody to the point that it's like self erasure. And then, like even when I see people trying to appreciate dark skin, Black beauty, they'll put like Black presenting mixed girls. Like
All
they'll
right,
have
I
that
got you.
that
I feel
Tatiana
like it's a
Ali.
lot that you're talking about like the Black community, and I just don't feel comfortable hearing it from you. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. But I appreciate you. Have a great day. Yeah. So I just wanted to say that every day we have these discussions. Yeah, like I don't know why she went off topic like that. It's like I'm not here to have you chastise Black people and what you think Black people are doing and what you think Black people are pedestalizing and prizing. Like you're not a Black person, and I don't have conversations like that with people that ain't Black. So I'm gonna be a practicer of my own words and practicing what I preach. Like I don't let the white tea people do it. So it's just like, yeah, I just don't do it. So, and I knew that she was on some BS when she was in the comments, the way she was talking about Cardi B. Like I already knew that it was some, yeah, tomfoolery going on. Okay. But all I want to say, I'm about to get up out of here because she really annoyed me. I just, the other lady annoyed me about the T-phobic stuff, and then this is just like I understand that I am not a perfect person and that my perspective is not right 100% of the time or whatever, but it just be certain things I just be feeling like I'm for sure right about, and when people just act like they're just so ignorant to it, like it's really annoying to me. Like I honestly, with the whole thing about T-phobia and women wanting to call being with penises women, that's crazy to me. The whole thing of people acting like Black people have to call you Black when you clearly are not a Black person is just real crazy to me. And then just seeing the double standards of how we treat people that are not Black but cosplay as Black, how we treat them differently in the Black community makes me sick to my stomach. Because the way that other Sean lady came up here and was talking about she's happy for Cardi B and all of this other BS, if that was Summer Walker, Summer Walker would not get that grace. If that was Kiki Palmer, she wouldn't get that grace. If it was Sierra, she wouldn't get that grace. But we're giving these grace to these non-Black people and acting like we don't know the reason why we're doing it is because they're not Black. And that is like extremely frustrating for me to see it. Like I said, I don't believe I know everything, but those things I know for a fact that I'm right on. And to hear people come up here and act so stupid, it's just like, bro, like y'all are so dumb. It disturbs my spirit. But I'm gonna get off this live, but I'm gonna let Shanice say something because I think Shanice has something to say, and then I'm gonna end it. I can't take it no more. Go
Hi,
ahead.
Triggered. So I just wanted to add to what Sean said. What really upset me is, first of all, I'm Caribbean, right? I'm from Jamaica, but I'm a U.S. citizen. But in the U.S., it doesn't matter where I'm from. I'm a black woman, so I identify with the black community. She triggered me so much when she said that Cardi B showed us. Who is us? Cardi B called black women cockroaches. And a lady and her had an argument, and Cardi B called the lady's son a freaking monkey. Who is us? She really pissed me off with that statement. These people are crazy. Cardi B does not identify as black. She doesn't want to be called black. So I don't know why black women are claiming her, claiming that, oh, she's mixed, she's Latina, she's blah, blah, blah. That woman is not black. Yes, she love her some black peen, but she's not black. Yes, she has mixed kids, but she's not black. I'm so upset. As you said, I agree 100%, because if this was any other black woman, they would have dragged her through the mud. She would have not gotten the same amount of grace. This lady is nobody's example. Listen, I'm 33, and I'm saying this to anyone that's under my age, like in their 20s. Cardi B is not an example. Do not follow her footsteps. That's a bad road you're gonna go down. Do not cosplay this lady's life. What she does is her business and her personal life, but she's a public figure, so it's for us to see. Because I saw where Sean said, oh, we're talking about her and her personal life and blah blah blah. This lady's a public figure. We can talk whatever we want because it's out there. But I'm saying this to ladies in their 20s. Do not take Cardi B's life as a blueprint. That situation is a whole mess, right? And that will lead you down to the path of destruction, especially for a regular people like us. Cardi B is only what's that word? Anonymity? Not, I can't even call the freaking word. I'm so upset. But anyway, she's an exception because she's rich and she's not black. And also, I don't see the white tea woman talking about Cardi B and claiming her on their side and talking about, yes, blah, blah, blah. They have nothing to say. It's only black women I see jumping on top of, oh, let Cardi B live her life, blah, 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 this, that, the third. Live what? That life is a mess. You have a baby that barely got to 1 year old before you pop it. I heard that she having the baby December. So that means she was knocked up maybe like 6 weeks postpartum. Hell, I don't know. Or maybe 3 months postpartum. And that's the situation you're gonna say, oh, you're happy for? Happy for what?
All right.
Chaos?
All right, thanks.
Ladies in the 20s, again, before I get off, do not take this woman's life for an example. This is a mess. This is not good. That's all I gotta say.
I appreciate you. Let me go over here to Supervillain. Yes, something to say.
Yeah, I just want to just to also double down on the Cardi B thing. I'm gonna also say again, which I said before, a big portion I do attribute to is black men. Black men didn't consider J Lo black, and that's why J Lo got a different treatment than Cardi B, because black men consider Cardi B black. So of course, black women will follow and consider her black as well. Again, y'all know there's a difference between J Lo and Cardi B, and they're practically freaking twins. But because J Lo has a certain behavior versus Cardi B, one is not black and one is considered black or black presenting. I also want to say earlier, Trig, I feel like at this point, as black women, we gotta say what we gotta say on whatever issue it is, because we tried the being politically correct, we tried the respectability politics, and where did it get us? So at this point, we just gotta say what we want. We're gonna start gatekeeping our culture. We're going to start being hard on people. When they want to be racist, we're going to be racist back. Because at this point, it doesn't matter what a black woman does. We're not going to get no love. So why should we endure and not say how we feel at this point? I'm with you with expressing yourself. I'm with every other black woman with expressing herself. They're still going to show us hate, so we're not going to tolerate it. We're going to push back. Because again, we did the respectability politics. We did the being politically correct, and it got us nowhere. So now we're going to start telling what I've been telling black women to do. Tell the truth. Tell the truth about how you feel. Tell your truth about your experience with these black men. Tell your truth about your experience in corporate and working. Everything. Tell the truth. Because at this point, what else do we have to lose? They already put us at the bottom. I also want to remind black women to validate that little black girl in you. If it takes 15 minutes a day, speak with her, validate her, do something fun for her. Outside of that, I love y'all black women. Thank you so much for having me, Trig.
I'm sorry, I was muted. No problem, no problem. I appreciate you, supervillain, and I definitely appreciate you too, Shanice. Thank you for coming up. I will say, to anybody that I offended today, I'm probably going to offend you further moving forward. So if you unfriend me or unfollow me or things like that, I understand. But I honestly, it's very difficult for me right now to address or to just deal with stupidity. Like the lady that was up here, Sean, and how she was saying Cardi B was like a hope for us and stuff like that. Like that's so insane. I really feel like objectively, beyond oh, this is just your perspective and this is my perspective. Objectively, that's nuts. In what world would a woman allowing herself to be impregnated before her child even turns 1 year old by a different man make sense? I don't get it. Um, a woman that and what uplifting a woman that has been violently anti-black towards black women and also sent men to attack other women. I can't understand how that's able to be glossed over. Like it just doesn't make any sense into where now she's an inspiration to black women. Like that's insane. I really, that's the reason why I responded the way I did to Sean, because that's insanity. And the fact that you could let that come out of your mouth means that there's really something wrong with you deeply. And then as far as the other woman that was in the comments, like the black trad wife, she was in there advocating about mixed people and what makes somebody mixed and all of this other stuff, trying to insinuate that Cardi B was a black woman. And that's the reason why I gave her the energy that I gave her too, because she was in the comments. She acted like someone was stupid and didn't understand what she was trying to allude to. And she was trying to allude to the fact that Cardi B should be seen or perceived as a black woman, which is also foolishness, which is also the reason why I gave the energy that I gave her. And then lastly, the other black woman that was in the chat, Hoodoo something, who was talking about T-phobia and making it like if you don't address or think of a man that has a penis as a black woman, then all of a sudden you're also putting black women in danger, which is a lie and is built on a fallacy that somehow T women are more in danger than black women. If anyone didn't know this, I'm going to tell you this. The most in danger, the most at risk, the most unalive demographic, the most raped demographic. Do you know that black women are the most raped by police officers? So when black women are supposed to be taken in or arrested or whatever, they have the most complaints of being raped while they are in custody by officers. Black women are the most ex-trafficked. Black biological women are the most at-risk demographic in the United States. Please don't let anyone tell you that men, men, men that can defend themselves like men that have the bone density of men that have the strength of men are more at risk than you as a black woman. That is a fact. That's not me being phobic. That's not me being hateful. That's me telling you the truth. Black women are at the most risk. So when you have someone come up and try to conflate the two and make it seem like a black woman is the same as a black man who is cosplaying as a black woman, that is a person that will put you at risk. Let me see. Who is this Janika person? What are they saying here? Let me add you up, Janika. And then we're gonna end the live. Are you there, Janika? Yes. What were you saying about Cardi B? Can you explain? You there?
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm sorry, I had to turn my background on. I actually wasn't saying anything about Cardi B because what you said from the time I jumped in here was facts. What I was really speaking on, I was just trying to get a better understanding of the whole color conversation when it came to like black, and when the other girl, I forgot what her, no, her name was Black Trad Wife or something like that, but she said that she was like, mixed race. So I was saying, I was like, okay, well, her skin color looks like mine and her hair looks like mine when it comes to like my hair texture and my kids' hair texture. So I was just understanding everybody's points of view, but I was just saying like, yeah, because there are a lot of people that I know that are like mixed race. If they have black anything in them, people would sit here and say, well, you're black, just like they call Mexicans, which I've never done that, but they will say like with Mexicans, like, yeah, those are our people. We're
Okay,
people of color.
Janika, that right there, that you what you're the reasoning that you're doing right now is actually the one drop rule in plain view. That's what you're doing. It doesn't matter what her hair looks like. It doesn't matter any of that. Like looking at your picture, are your parents black? Do you have a black mother and a black father?
Yes, they're black and Indian,
Okay, so then they're black and Indian. Are Indian from India or Native American or indigenous?
both. I have some that's from here and I have some from that's from India.
Okay, so then maybe that's why you are identifying with what you're saying because you may be a mixed race person. All I can say is that in my case, I am a black person. And we can always go behind the fact that people say, oh, we're all mixed up. African American people, or I don't use that term, but black American people aren't black. We're mixed up as well. I have, as I said earlier, I have a black daddy. I have a black mama. I have black grandparents on both sides. I have black great great grandparents on both sides. They're unambiguously black people. So, yes, that makes me a black person. If you have a direct parent that is black and something else, then no, you're not a black person. You're a mixed race person. And so throwing you in the pile with black people is damaging to black people and it causes erasure. And that's the reason why we have so many people in the black community that really don't serve us, or they're anti-black, or you find them participating in extreme forms of coonery because these people aren't black in the first place. They have a lot of things
Exactly.
in them besides blackness.
That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying that I could relate to what she was saying. I was saying that I understood her point of view when she said that she had issues growing up where people was throwing her in and out of black culture. Some people would say that she's black, some people would say that she wouldn't, and she was basically expressing how she was having confusion. So what I was just going back and forth in the comments was that, well, when it comes to us in Black America, we have basically a lot of us are a melting pot because what are we exactly? When people say, well, we're black, okay, but when you say black, exactly what is that considered? What is that mixed with? What does that look like? Because Africa, people in Africa would say that we aren't
I don't
African.
see, and that's what I'm saying. All of those things, that those arguments that you're giving are disrespectful because I don't care what Africans in Africa would say. They sold me. So why would I care what they have to say about what they perceive blackness to be? They're on a continent where they make the majority and they're still underneath the white man's boot. So why in the world would I ever listen to what an African had to say to me about anything? They should fix their own place. You feel with nothing but y'all, and y'all still can't get it together. So I wouldn't even talk to an African about my blackness. But what I will say is this, is that that's reducing the issue. As I said before, I'm not talking about what black people are mixed with. The most black American people that you see that are walking around today that look unambiguously black, their parents are black. Their grandparents are black. Their great great grandparents are black. So at what point do we stop doing that? Because nobody does that. So the white people will never accept that. If I say, you know what, there's a slave master that did something with one of my peoples back in my great 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 situation. So am I white now? Nobody does that. Nobody even has those conversations. But the reason why people do that to us as black people, because people, even other black people, don't have respect for blackness. So to have those conversations alone, to even say it like that, is rooted in anti-blackness, in my opinion. If that makes sense.
But
So it's just
no,
like, why
it
have the
makes
conversation?
sense. No, it makes sense what you're saying, but I think people are getting offended, upset by it because what you just said in the previous sentence, when you said, if your great 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 granddaddy was white, does that make you white?
So all I was saying in the comments was, as far as like bloodline and lineage, that's all I was saying. I'm not sitting here trying to say that I'm not black, because clearly I'm black. What I'm saying is, if you're going off of DNA, bloodline, and lineage, if you're going to go all the way back, because if I
Nobody's
go
going off of that, but that's my thing. Nobody's going off of that. When you look at Cardi B and you say that's not a black woman, look at her mother, look at her father.
exactly right,
That's not a
exactly.
black woman. When you talk about the girl that was up here, black trad wife, she has mixed race parents. Half of her is Asian. So what are we talking about? We're not even talking about lineage and bloodline. We're talking about direct parents. So directly, that's not a black woman. Cardi B, directly, that's not a black woman. So the lineage conversation is just to reduce black people to not being able to gatekeep their blackness or have any control over how they're perceived, to even talk about lineage, to even talk about background, because we're talking about direct parents, right? I'm saying my parents directly, my grandparents who I knew and grew up with and was at their houses, are black people. So what are we really talking about? Having a lineage conversation is insane. You have a great day, Johnnika. I can't. Because if I try to explain it to you and I explain it to you multiple times and then you start talking about lineage and then you start talking about what African people perceive us to be, it's like, be for real here. Like, why would I? Never mind. I gotta get out of here. It's really crazy. This really lets me know how damaged black people are by not only white tea supremacy, but also damaged by the desire to include everybody into everything that we are. You can sit there and watch people of other races actively discriminate against your people. You can watch Latinos do it. You can watch Hispanics do it. You can watch Indian people do it. You can watch Asian people do it. You can watch Europeans do it. And you still want to say, well, why can't we include them? Or what about our lineage? Or what about this, that, and the third? That's terrifying to me, that there are so many black people that are so lost and so desperate to include somebody else in something. It's mind boggling. And now I see why black people are in the state that they're in. Back in the day, I used to really believe that it was white tea people and white tea supremacy. But I believe now that white tea people have done such a good job at indoctrinating black people and also mixed race people as well, to perpetuate white tea supremacy, that they don't even really need to do it anymore. They can just take their hands off the wheel and say, like a self-driving car, and say, hey, you do it. You do it. You uphold the white tea supremacy for me. I don't even have to do it any longer. You do it for me. That's scary. How many black people and black women are against exclusion when you are a race at the end of the day? Because that's the reason why people will cast somebody like Zendaya in a movie and say, black women, why are you mad? We put a black woman in here. Don't you see Zendaya here? Man, let's hear that new song. We included a black artist. Do you see Halsey here? That's crazy to me. That's nuts. Do y'all understand how y'all perpetuating these things creates the erasure of you? If you're black and you have black children, your black daughters and your black sons are not going to have anybody to have any type of representation to. And it's all your fault because you demonize the black people that try to give you some type of racial self-esteem. I am so disappointed. And black men have been self-hating, treasonous Negroes for a long time, but it's very upsetting to me to see black women participate in these things. Yeah, and you know what? You are so right. Miss Lola Bunny. And this is something that I never talk about. Miss Lola Bunny says, I also feel like light-skinned black girls are also being erased by biracials. They are. They are. Before it was red bone this, light skinned this, and that meant a certain type, right? It meant a light skinned, monoracial black woman. But now, due to this inclusion of biracial people who are not light skinned, they are white skinned as light skinned. Now, light skinned black women, y'all not even good enough no more. They need the white skins. You know what I'm saying? And that should let you know how the erasure affects everybody. It doesn't just affect dark-skinned black women. It just doesn't affect brown-skinned black women. It affects light-skinned black women too. The erasure is so terrible. And you even to now where you have like light-skinned black women that people won't even call light-skinned anymore because they're comparing the light-skinned black woman to Lotto, or to another biracial woman. Excuse me, those women have white mammies. That's not the same as a light-skinned black woman. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Let me block this person. I like I said, it's sad. And if y'all don't realize that black women are in a state, light-skinned black women, brown-skinned black women, dark-skinned black women, you are all in a you're in a point of being erased. I don't want to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see here. Don't major in the minor says, isn't it crazy? I'm a light black woman like Tisha Campbell, and they told me I wasn't light compared to others. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I know that that's happening. But anyway, you guys, I'll see y'all later. This is just upsetting and depressing. If y'all don't get anything out of this live, please gatekeep. Please take the time in your real life to gatekeep. Don't let non-black people come up to you talking about N-word this, N-word that. Don't look at somebody that doesn't have black parents as black because they have a drop of black blood in them or black lineage. Don't do that. Please gatekeep. And please also stop defending non-black women that hate you. If a non-black woman has called black women roaches, monkeys, burnt, I promise you she does not like you and she thinks that you are superior. Somebody like Cardi B believes she's superior to black women. You think that Offset, whose preference seems to be racially ambiguous women, do you think that he told Cardi B that she's better than black women? I can guarantee you that he did. Do you think that Stefan Diggs, who seems to have a preference for, once again, racially ambiguous women that have a lot of surgery done, do you think that he's telling these women that they're better than black women? I can tell you that he is. So why are you protecting and defending women that truly believe that they are above you and you're beneath them because the men in our community are telling them so? Huh? All right, you guys. I can't take it no more. Bye.